All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. I hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Looking at Peter rock out this morning. Good morning, friends over on YouTube and X. Good morning, over members in our community, and good morning, Eamon and Peter. How are you guys today?
Great. You know, you were talking about the song yesterday, Carlos. It is at this point for me, it's like a Pavlovian response. If I don't get that song in the morning, I can't trade. I don't know what's going on. It messes my whole life up. So
it does get the day started, man. Absolutely. Eamon, how are you today?
Well, I am doing good, and today we're doing the pre-market show, technical analysis, and some liquidity in the background.
Hey!
So,
good fun. Oh, I like it.
Well, to be honest, I just lost electricity in my house, and I had to quickly relocate. And like I was telling Peter, my emergency trading desk comes with a bar, which is not a bad thing, I think.
It's not a bad thing, man.
I don't know, man. That could be risky.
It depends on how the trade goes.
You still never had a drink though, have you, or have you started drinking yet?
You see this background? My wife's father forced me to taste a few things, so I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I thought my first drink is going. I thought my first drink is going to be with Peter, but I was forced. So sorry about that.
Right,
They forced your hand.
Well, it's taken like 10 years here, and we still haven't met in person. So
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyways, all right.
It's wild.
Let's get this show on the road. We have so much news going on. I don't know what's happening. Everything's starting or ending, right this week. There's news everywhere. So it's exciting to share with everybody.
Sure is, friends. A lot happening. Quick look at our gappers list this morning as we kick off the day. And here we have stuff sliding to the green side of things this morning. Yesterday was to the red, today to the green, and actually to the green, but not as much as today. And today we're seeing a couple of things are not doing so hot this morning. We got earnings to talk about. Obviously, the biggest earnings, Nvidia. We'll get into all of that and how they did yesterday. SPY and just news overall that might be moving things around. But man, we had such a great trading day yesterday. Hopefully that continues throughout this week. And again, this market's just so nice with all the opportunities that it's providing us retail traders. Before we get into all of that, friends, let's take a look at Wednesday in 60 seconds. Peter, it is Thursday. I took out the garbage. Make sure you take out the garbage, and we are in sync. If you haven't done that, make sure you take care of that.
Take out the garbage. Damn it! Thank you for the
So
reminder.
bad.
I'm gonna have to.
Well, you have 60 seconds.
I have 60. Yeah, I better get busy.
All right, guys. So yesterday the market finally bounced after 3 red days, but I think the interesting part was not the bounce, it was Nvidia. Nvidia reported after the close, and the numbers were very strong. The revenue beat, the earnings beat, margins were strong, and the guidance was also strong. But the stock barely moved. I mean, in fact, it slightly sold off after the earnings, and I think that's the important part. The market right now is asking more from Nvidia. A normal beat for a stock like Nvidia is not enough anymore. Traders want to know if the AI spending is going to keep happening, if it's going to still be growing fast, and if China is going to come back into play, and if companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta will still be spending huge money on AI chips. So Nvidia did well, but the reaction was not good, right? This just shows us what we were talking about yesterday. It shows us how high the expectations are right now. And I think Peter mentioned it yesterday that 96% of analysts or something agreed that NVIDIA will beat. Am I correct, Carlos?
That was the prediction markets. 96% of the 96% chance in the prediction markets.
Exactly, and he was right, right?
Of what? Chance of what?
NVIDIA beating earnings.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that actually was true, right? NVIDIA did beat the earnings, but remember what also was mentioned yesterday by Peter. It doesn't mean that NVIDIA is going to go higher. And we also talked about that in the past. When everyone agrees on one thing, that's when you know that something is off. So Another thing yesterday that was interesting is a huge SpaceX headline. SpaceX filed for its IPO. This would be one of the biggest market stories of the year. And especially because Starlink already has more than 10 million subscribers. And that number is huge. And we'll get back to it later today on the fun fact of the day section. But anyway, SpaceX also spends a lot of money, especially on starships. And that's something to keep an eye on. Another good or some other good news that we had yesterday was BA. And honestly, Peter was right. I mean, it's like literally news all over the place. Yesterday, there were a lot of news. Today, there are a lot of news, and it's a lot to catch up on. Remember a week ago when we mentioned that there was a deal on Beijing and Trump announced that China is buying 200 Boeing jets? Back then, there was literally no reaction because China didn't confirm it, Boeing didn't confirm it, and yesterday, China gave the confirmation. They said that there is a deal to buy 200 Boeing jets, and that's a big win. That's why we had a huge squeeze on it yesterday. I think one of the biggest news yesterday basically was after NVDA was the Fed minutes, and they were not very friendly for the market because the Fed is still worried about inflation. The rate cuts are not happening right now, and some of the Fed members are still worried that these rates would need to stay high for some time. Anyway, just to keep it short about yesterday, Nvidia did deliver, but traders wanted to see more. SpaceX gave us good story for IPO. BA got a big deal, and the Fed still reminds us that the Fed rates are still a problem. So for today, I think I'll be watching NVIDIA for sure. I think most of us will be watching NVIDIA because if it holds, and it seems to be holding right now, the market could follow up and could give us a bounce. And let's go to what to expect today. Today, we already got two important earnings reports before the open. It was on Walmart and Deere. Let's start with Walmart. Walmart reported, and at least last time I took a look at it, it was still dropping. And this is the important part. The headline numbers may look okay. They did not do bad in terms of numbers, but the market is saying that this is not good enough. And this tells us something about the consumer. People are still spending, but they are spending carefully. They're looking for value, they're looking for prices, they're looking for cheaper options. Obviously, this helps Walmart more than Target, but if Walmart is still selling off, traders may be worried about the quality of that spending, and this is important. Are shoppers buying because they feel strong, or they are buying because they have no other choice? That's why they're moving to cheaper stores. And this is a completely different story. So the Walmart headline is not that the consumer is booming. It's more like the consumer is alive, but we're under pressure. Right? So there is some
Alive, but
money.
on life support.
Exactly, like barely spending, but there is some spending. That's exactly how it sounds. So this is why the stock reaction matters more than just the numbers. You need to look deeper into it. And Deere also reported, and I think this is an important earnings, even though we don't trade the stock actively. It's because it shows us how farmers are doing, right? Or how big farms are doing. And it showed us that the big farm equipment is still weak. Obviously, the construction helped the quarter, but the agriculture is still under pressure. Deere is a good economy stock. It tells us what builders are doing, what industrials are doing. So it's good to keep an eye on this one every now and then, in my opinion. And anyway, if we take a look at the earnings, it's showing us that the economy is not falling apart, but parts of it are slowing. So we have people barely alive, barely spending, and we have economy kind of holding and slowing. And I don't know when we're going to just trip and fall. Like literally, just looking at these numbers, I have a lot of jokes on my mind, but I'm trying to keep some of the jokes inside me because bad jokes alert. We're trying to stay away from that. Anyway, so we also have the economic data at 8:30. We will be having the housing, jobless claims, and the Philly Fed. We'll also get the flash PMI. And for me, I think the PMI is the key one to keep an eye on because if PMI improves, it helps the soft landing story. If PMI weakens, then traders go back to the same concern: slower growth, sticky inflation, rates staying higher for longer, and that's not something that we love. That's not something that the market is liking, right? And I think that's it. We'll talk. I have a few things that I want to mention about SpaceX, but it will be mentioned in the featured story, and I'll talk about it in detail. So let's leave it now to Carlos and Peter to go with the next part
Yeah.
for the show.
Excellent, man. Let's look at our U.S. economic calendar by Peter and see what we got going on there. But I got a different screen that you have up, Peter, I think.
All right, we got it. Here it is.
Okay, there it goes. Perfect. Gotcha.
Yeah, U.S. economic calendar, ton of stuff coming out today. So unlike the rest of this week where there was absolutely nothing going on in the economic calendar, today, a whole bunch of stuff. So jobless claims are always one of the big numbers that we tend to look for. Building permits, housing starts also coming out. So we'll let you know those numbers in about 15 minutes when they come out. I think the other number that we have to worry about here are the S&P manufacturing and services PMI numbers. Those are at 9:45, so 15 minutes after the market open. We'll see if we get a reaction to that. Like Eamon was just pointing out, there is a little bit more market sensitivity to what the consumer sentiment is, but again, remember, market all-time highs, economy maybe not doing so well, but corporate earnings are at highs. We're going to talk about this in a number of forms today because, again, with some of these earnings, like the messages are just so mixed. It's really tough to figure out what's going on. So we've got to be aware of these numbers, even if they don't have a market impact, just in case they do. Yesterday, like we said, like Eamon pointed out, there was some market reaction to the Fed minutes being released. Today, we'll see what the jobless claims do. I mean, it may or may not have an impact. So anyways, 8:30, jobless claims, housing starts, building permits. So we'll come back to those.
Yeah. All right, absolutely. All right, friends. Our gappers list as we get into our trading day is made up of a lot of things here. Obviously, quantum seems to be making some noise today. So I see a lot of quantum tickers in play. There's a leading the gappers list, guys. QBTS 14%, Rigetti 13%, QUBT 11%. I mean, they are really InfoQ. I can't recall what these guys are. INFQ. They're a little bit newer to our list here. Are they also? They got a Q in there. Everything Q seems to be quantum. Are these guys quantum too? That's not facts.
No, this
might be fake news. Yeah. What is this?
A company called Inflection, but they spell it all weird. They spell it inflection with a Q.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. All right. So
anyways, this is quantum, but they're using neural atom quantum computers. I think people are making things up now. Is that a real thing? I don't. Anyways, apparently, according to Inflection.
All right, so it is somewhat quantum related, huh?
It is quantum.
Okay, there you go. So I mean, the top of the list is just all quantum stuff. So let's look at this by sectors. We'll look at some quantum. We'll look at all the stuff that's on here. But again, we want to spend a lot of time. Probably the most important thing is going to be Nvidia. So I want to go to our top story as far as Nvidia goes. Peter, I saw you got some information too we want to share. But let's go there, and then we can dive into some of these gappers lists this morning. So if we look at Nvidia, which is probably going to be on everybody's list today, this thing is pretty much flat to kick off the day, Peter.
Yeah, look, Nvidia, we shouldn't be surprised. I don't know if you have the charts or you want me to show them, Carlos, but one of the things I was talking about in the chat room yesterday was the fact that we have a pretty predictable outcome, right? And this is a chart that shows sort of what the next day after earnings have been released, what Nvidia has done. And as you can see, it's like 6 of the last 8 earnings releases, it has gone down the next day. And we're seeing that again this morning. The numbers don't support that, right? Like the numbers show Nvidia, their revenue was up 85% year over year. And this is not a small company. This is the largest company on the planet. Their revenue hit 81.6 billion. The forecast was 78.9 billion. And as Eamon told us yesterday, they only did 44 billion this same quarter last year. Like, that is phenomenal growth by any measure. by any measure, they should be rewarded, and yet the stock is going down. On that revenue growth, they actually earned more money than expected. $1.87 per share, when even the analysts only expected $1.76. But we've seen this time and again where, like we said, they're sort of priced to perfection. The expectations are so unreasonably high that there's virtually nothing that Nvidia can do to make the stock go up. So it's just a weird world, Carlos. And in addition to that, they increased their guidance for the next quarter and further added on to that, by the way, that last quarter and next quarter's forecasts don't include any sales to China. So they have not included any anticipated increase in sales to China, even after the summit, whatever, the boys' road trip that they took to visit Xi and his band of merry men. Anyways, NVIDIA's reported they haven't included any increase in sales. So they've been granted the opportunity to sell more. None of that's factored in. So, like, it all sounds just so good. Like, the world is unlimited and life is great. And yet, look at the stock. So I don't even know what to do with it. Am I going to be watching it to trade? Hell yeah. Like, I don't know where it's going, but I want on. Like, this thing could go up. It could go down. I mean, right now we're barely sitting red. We're just like 20 cents under yesterday's close. Overnight, we've been up, we've been down, we've been sideways. Like, nobody knows what to do with this thing, right? I mean, we spent most of the evening last night in the red. This morning we were in the green for most of the day, but now we're in the red again. So anyways, I love Nvidia just because it is so unpredictable. But you know what? That fits with the story. Everything's unpredictable today, Carlos. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
When you say I want to on, I remember Andrew saying, I just want to be part of history. So I don't know if it's going to go up or down. I just want to be on. I want to be part of the history.
I want to be part of history. Indeed. Yeah, that's it. That's, I want to be here just for the fun. Like, and again, I don't know which direction the fun's going to take us, but I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, so I think this is actually good for Nvidia. They didn't, pop up to like 270 and then are overextended. I think this is a healthy response to their earnings, right? It's kind of like steady as she goes. Maybe they're priced to perfection. I think this is actually good. This actually makes it seem more like it's not a bubble, because you start going to 300 here, you start getting out of control, then, okay, the likelihood, the higher and the faster you go, the faster you can drop. So this actually, I don't know, man, I'm leaning towards the camp of not bubble on AI. So this is good. This is good. Okay. So,
well, I mean, look, we know that AI is real. Again, it's just the winners and losers. I think to me, it's undeniable. NVIDIA is one of the winners, right? And they're going to continue to win out of this because they are at the front end of this whole process, right? You've got to buy their chips just to set up the data centers, just to start the compute process. So, they're making money, whereas many of the other companies that are dabbling or heavily invested in AI, they're not yet proven how they can make money. We know how NVIDIA is making money. There's no secret in that. So I think that's great for them. The question is, of course, how high can they go? Like, I keep thinking, surely, like, the market's got to get saturated, right? How many more chips can they sell? Apparently the answer is billions and billions more.
a lot more
dollars worth. A lot more. So, all right, let's keep going. Well,
Peter, you had something?
No, it was dead silent. It was throwing me off.
Oh, sorry. So NVIDIA will definitely be on the list for sure, guys. Going to be adding that's going to be the first one on there, my primary list. Let's hope it trades well. It trades well. Yeah, let's hope it, because right now it's just really flat and not doing a whole lot. But the volume is there, 7.7 million shares traded. I think the first couple of minutes are going to be very tough. And then after that, we probably can get some really good movements out of that one. So now let's talk about Quantum. Quantum is on this.
We should handle Quantum as a group, because there's all the Quantum stocks that are on here, even ones we haven't heard of. INFQ, obviously we got all that one I'm not that familiar with, and then they got all the ones we know: QBTS, RGTI, QUPT. I mean, they're all hanging out here, plus a bunch of the secondary. It's all because the federal government. So the Trump administration has announced $2 billion worth of investment in quantum computing. So it looks like IBM actually is going to be the big winner out of this, reputedly getting about half of it. They're going to get $1 billion from the government to develop quantum computing, and then it'll be peanut buttered across a lot of the other stocks. So we're seeing a whole bunch. GFS, I think I saw in there, is another one. Then of course some of that money is going to go into developing the rare earth minerals that are needed, right, to go in behind and support the development of the quantum computing chips and environment. And again, I love INFQ now that I've looked at it, because their story doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean, I'm not a quantum computing expert, but they're engineers. I like how they say the inflection engineers are creating these neural atom quantum computers. Again, it just, as soon as you start talking neural networks and everything, my mind goes to Isaac Asimov. Anybody old Asimov fans? Anyways, his stuff didn't always age well, but the positronic brain that powered all of his robots and the laws of computing, right, that he put in there are timeless. And anyways, it feels like they're trying to develop that. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but we love you, robot overlords. Please let me serve you. So
there you go.
I'm going to keep saying it. Hopefully they're listening. Yeah. Or hopefully they're not listening. I don't know what I hope anymore. Just, don't kill me. I know some people say, I think, Carlos, haven't you said you want to go first? Somebody was out there saying, just take me first.
I think it was Carlos.
Yeah, me and John, we're going to be in the front lines. We're not messing around,
no
man.
Way, man.
When it's time to battle these guys, we're going to be in the front. I don't want to see, families getting his head chopped off, because you're not winning that battle. Like, you're not winning against machines. Don't think about Terminator and these movies that make you think humans are going to win against machines. You're not winning. It's just, if machine goes haywire, if AI takes over, you're not winning. No, so I'm going to be in the front lines to try to do a dent, and then good luck to you guys in the back.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll use you as fodder in the front. I'm
going to be in the front, man. I'm in the front.
Look, I'm developing a global scale EMP that will fry all of their circuitry, and that way, if it puts us back to the dark ages, I'm willing to fight with an axe.
Me and John are going to be in the front with the 50 cows and hopefully buy some time. That's what we're going to do.
Appreciate that. We got a plan. All right.
That's it, baby. That's it. Okay. We got a plan. All right. There you go. Candy says we're dead. All right, friends. All right, let's see here. So as far as quantum, I'm going to go with some of my favorite ones. QBTS looks great today. Look at this pre-market action. We haven't seen this explosive volume out of the quantum stocks in a while. They've been making a little bit of noise, but we haven't really kept them on the list. Today's their day. Some good positive news, and that, of course, is driving a lot of the volume into them. And again, as you look at this gappers list, brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You can always head over there, look at the scanners list, market atlas, and many more tools for new traders and also advanced traders. I like it. I like the way they're leading the way here. I think today's their day. InfoQ, I keep saying InfoQ, but it's not InfoQ. Inflection, the way they're with the Q here, the way they spell it. I mean, I think it looks good. Maybe I'll add that one and one of my favorite ones, but either QUBT or QBTS are going to be on the list here. Which one do you like, Peter? What's going to be your favorite today as far as these quantum stocks go?
I don't know. I'm going to have to wait till closer to the open, to be honest, because they all have great volume. We're talking 5 to 8 million shares traded on each of them so far this morning. And that's pretty remarkable volume. So we'll see. I mean, normally QBTS is one of the ones that I default to because I like sort of the price range and the volume it typically gets. But I mean, they're all looking pretty good today. So I don't know. Maybe Rigetti will be, but Rigetti even pre-market looks sort of choppy here.
It looks probably the worst, which is strange, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's almost like you could pick any one, and they're probably going to move as a block. But you never know. One might differentiate itself. So we'll have to have our head in a swivel here and rely on help here. We'll need all of your help. Yeah. Maybe we should assign them out. Everybody's going to get one quantum stock to look at, and you'll have to let us know if it starts to do something interesting. Well, with the power of the people, we'll work together. Just like we have our plan for when the robots take over, we need a plan for the market here this morning. So
there you go. See something, say something, guys. I'm going to put QBTS on here. Let me know in chat which one's your favorite one. I'll go with QBTS because I think they got the nice price range of 22 to 25 here. They got a nice pre-market action. They got 7.9 million shares traded. I think they got a lot that I like, but I think
Okay.
InfoQ is also a good one. So I'm going to put that on the secondary. So I think it's the first time we're watching this one, I believe, and I think there could be something here. So on the secondary list, but the primary QBTS for me, and you guys decide what you like there. All right, let me know in
Okay,
chat
well,
which
hold
one.
on. So you've got
Yep.
QBTS, you've got that.
Yep.
El Patron, I'm assigning you. You said you're watching RGTI, so you got that one for this morning.
Nice. Nice.
And tell you what, I'll look at QUBT. So we're getting covered. Somebody needs to be prime on InfoQ. Let's assign our responsibilities out here, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well,
Who
since there
wants
is
to
three
take
of
it?
us, I'll take it.
Well,
Which one you taking?
are you going to be here at the Open?
You're gonna have to
No,
text
I'll
us.
be in the chat. I'll be in the chat.
You'll
I'll
be
be
in
in
the
the chat.
chat.
Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
all
Yeah,
right.
you got
All
me.
right,
I got you covered.
Eamon's got INFQ. Okay, guys, we got
All
some
right,
of these
there it
covered.
is.
So how about we
We're
can't
not
find
missing
what about-
nothing today.
What is IonQ doing? IonQ is not.
Well,
no, it's got some volume.
is
It's not up.
INQ?
It's
Yeah,
just
got
farther
some
down
stuff.
on the list.
Yeah.
It's there,
Yeah.
but yeah. All right. Okay,
Yeah.
we got a
Also
plan.
looking good. Yeah.
I like
so
the teamwork.
much stuff. Yeah, love it. So much stuff here today,
Excellent.
guys. You can look at as far as quantum. We'll see what plays out here. Let's continue with some of the other ones that are out of that space. APLD. This is Applied Digital, and this morning these guys are up 9.3, 838,000 shares traded. Their daily has been on a nice little run here. Go ahead, Peter.
Can I just jump in with economic data because it is 8:30?
Oh, 8:30. Yes, let's go. Thanks.
And I don't see the market reacting. However, the data is out. Jobless claims. Let's start with that. Initial and continuing, right? Those are often the two most important. Pretty much we're right on target. Slightly better than expected, but not appreciably so. So it's within a margin of error. 209,000 you can see on the initial versus 210 forecast. A 1.78 million continuing versus 1.79. So it's right within the margin of error. The building permits and housing starts that I was thinking might be a little more influential, again within the margin of error. Basically 1.4 million for each one of those. Roughly the numbers were 1.4 million on the forecast. So again, we're in rounding errors here. So it looks like everything's on target. No wonder the market's saying, yeah, okay, it's what we expected. Check. Moving on. So yeah, not unfortunately not a lot to see there. What was this sort of interesting was this Philly Fed manufacturing index. It's off from the forecast, but this thing, if you click on it, there's a lot of variability that happens in this. So I'm not sure that we can read too much into it. You can sort of see each time that the number's released, it can be up or down or all over the place. It's not out of the variance. In fact, it's just below zero. So, if it was like negative 50 or plus 50, then you're out of the variance zone and you'd be worried about it. Otherwise, yeah, I think everything's business as usual. Let's continue on our previously scheduled trading activities. So,
All right,
that's what I got.
There you go, friends. Actually, we're going to also in our chat room, Engineering the Markets. Jared's getting ready to blast off here, friends. So if you want to take a look at that, head over to bearwithtraders.com and you can sign up to see Jared with Engineering the Markets. So we'll switch off to him. We'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. All right, and friends, as we're continuing here, looking at our gappers list, we're checking out APLD, which is Applied Digital. They're daily running up since April pretty nicely here today. These guys are gapping up 9.3, so got a nice big move here. Just 843,000 shares traded. Pre-market action, so-so. Peter, so I'm not sure if you like this one today. Is it going to be on your list?
No, I don't like the way they trade. They did have some news after the close yesterday. They announced that they had signed a 15-year, $7.5 billion lease with who did they sign this for? Anyways, they signed it for their investment grade hyperscaler, 300 megawatt worth of power. So this is a good deal where it's a take or pay lease. So basically, they're contracted to pay for it even if they don't take it, which is good. So that's a good deal for them. The total contract value could be up to $31 billion. So that gives them a lot of contracted revenue in the background. Remember, this is a company that last year only did 350 million of sales, 350 million. And they've now signed deals that total $31 billion over the next 7 or 8 years. So, one way or the other, that seems like it's going to significantly grow this company. It's a little surprising, actually, if you look at their stock. why aren't they shooting through the stratosphere? Like, it feels like this stock should be $100 or $200 now. Like, I'm missing something here, because for a company that had $350 million worth of business, now signing $31 billion worth of deals, maybe they can't deliver. Maybe people aren't sure if they can deliver. I'm not sure, but this is seems like they're on an insane growth path. The stock is not matching. So,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, not one that I'll be watching here as well. Again, I think that just be better stuff to look at, and with Nvidia and quantum in place, I think there'll be some more stuff happening there. So let's take a look. Let's look at a few more here. ELF, ELF this morning. Yeah, it doesn't look great. It's been having a hard time over the last couple of months. Look at this. It's down, down, down. Today we are gapping up finally. 8.1, 337,000 shares traded. Very little volume on this one. 57 million shares flow, which is not a low flow stock, but it's kind of that borderline low flowish ticker. So probably won't be making my list. But I gotta say, the daily definitely interesting as we are trying to find some kind of ground here. Went as high as 90 the last couple of months back, going back February, March, now down to 50, 54. So ELF Beauty, what's this, like a makeup product? Or what's the deal with this?
It is.
What a name. ELF Beauty?
Do you know what it stands for?
I have no idea. It must be something great.
It stands for eyes, lips, face. Eyes, lips,
yeah,
face.
I would have.
That's creative.
Else.
Yeah,
it is, but I don't think anybody wants to be tag elf when it comes to beauty. It's just there's no beauty in that. But go ahead.
No, it's anyways. Look, they
no,
had
sarcastic.
They had earnings. It was one of those that they had earnings. They're basically, I'm surprised to see that they're gapping up, because their earnings were very good, but they did have a warning. They're one of the interesting companies that we don't always think about that is being affected by the war in Iran, because some of the chemicals, some of the raw elements, so maybe I should say, that they need, I guess they're chemicals. Everything's a chemical. But anyways, the raw elements that they need to go into their beauty products are hitting supply chain snags, because they can't get enough of them. So they're saying that may slow their growth, as they aren't able to produce as much product as they need to meet demand. So, but they are holding on to green here, up 8%. As you said, Carlos, it's a lower volume. Let's face it, there's no AI in anything that they said. So, so we don't care. Or at least the market doesn't care. So, good earnings, whatever.
Yeah, there it is. All right, for another ones that I do like and has been trading very well is NBIS. So NBIS this morning, let's take a look at what's happening here today. These guys are up 8.4, and they can move, man. They can really, really move. If you look at some of these candles, they're about $20 to $25 a pop. So they have seen some really nice intraday action. The volume is a little bit less than I would like for the type of moves that it's making, and as it gets higher in price, it just becomes a lot more volatile, it seems like, on Nebius Group here. So today, up 8.2, 1.1 million shares traded. Again, I do like these guys, but you got to be very, very careful, especially with the spread. I'm hoping that's going to get better. Right now, showing about $1, which is not too bad in the pre-market for the way this thing trades, but let's see if that tightens up at the market open. So maybe on a secondary list for me here, guys. What do you guys think about Nebius Group this morning?
I don't know, man. I know that El Patron was asking about it in the chat a little bit earlier. They do have an announced deal with Bloom Energy. Bloom Energy seems to be making a lot of moves recently, but Nebius and Bloom Energy signed a long-term deal to deploy 328 megawatts of on-site fuel cell power. Once again, as always, for AI infrastructure. Where are all these data centers going? Anyways, America is going to be the land of data centers, apparently. There's going to be data centers everywhere. So whether they're floating in the ocean or sitting on land or wherever they're going, anyways. So it's anyways, they signed another deal. That's why they're moving up. Their future is tied, at least today, with Bloom Energy. So if you like them, watch them. Bloom Energy's not doing much. I noticed it's BE is their ticker. They just have 190,000 shares traded versus the 1.1 million that NBIS has. So Nebius Group looks like the better trade, but it doesn't look as good as the Quantum, does it? And it doesn't look as good as Nvidia. Yeah. So I just don't think it's Maybe I should put it here. Keep it around as a secondary, but it'll be well down the list. It won't be what I'll be staring at the opening bell.
Yeah, same here. This will be on my secondary list just in case. I do like the action on it, and let's see if anything good can come out of this one. All right, I think that that kind of does it. We got some good ones here out of the gap up list. Not bad. Nvidia, QBTS, INFQ, NBIS is a secondary list, so quantum kind of taking over the top of this list. I do see IBM here with this quantum news as well. We kind of never see them in play today. They're moving, guys. 1.3 million shares traded. They're up 6%. Nvidia is not. I'm sorry, and IBM is not typically a great intraday trading stock, but today could be their day, guys. So if you do like this one, these guys are up $13. This can move.
They're a quantum play today. They're just for today only. Today only. Special deal. Special for you. They're a quantum play this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you like it, definitely take a look at it. All right, Fred, before we continue, let's go over to Eamon with some social posts this morning and our feature story, and then we'll get back to Peter on the gap up. See if there's anything else that you like, Peter, on the gap up list this morning. But first, Eamon, what is the social post telling us today?
All right, so the debate today is simple. NVDA did well, guided higher, raised the dividend, added a huge buyback, and the stock barely moved. So what does that tell us? The bear side says that this is the problem with NVIDIA right now. The company can grow revenue 85%, they can beat earnings, they can guide higher, and the market still says, but okay, what else? I mean, this means the expectations are extremely high. A normal beat is not enough. Even a strong beat might not be enough because the market wants perfection. And when a stock is priced for perfection, even great news just feel normal, like nothing. So the bull size, on the other hand, says NVIDIA still delivered. This was not a weak report. This was not a warning, right? This is just a massive quarter for them. They literally doubled their profits in one single quarter. And another argument for the bulls is China. NVIDIA's guidance does not include China data center centers at all. So if China opens up later, that could become extra upside. On top of that, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, all of these companies are still spending a lot of money on AI infrastructure. So there could still be a lot of upside hidden. So the bull argument is simple. As long as big tech spends money, NVIDIA still has demand. We also have Michael Burry argument that we mentioned a few days ago. His point is not that AI is fake. His point is that the market may be ignoring the real cost of this AI boom. Data centers are expensive, chips are expensive, power is expensive. I mean, stock-based compensation, it's real, right? So the question is, are the companies making AI profits look cleaner than they actually are or not? And Jensen's argument is the opposite. He is saying that this is not another just chip cycle. This is literally a full rebuild of computing. AI factories, Blackwell, Vera Rubin, Sovereign AI, robotics, data centers. I mean, everything is literally being rebuilt around accelerated computing. So this is the real debate. Is NVIDIA expensive because the market already priced in all the good news? Or NVIDIA is expensive because we are still early in one of the biggest infrastructure cycles ever? And that's basically it. I mean, if NVIDIA can report $81 billion in revenue, grow 85%, guide higher, and the stock barely moves, is the market tired of good news? Or maybe good news are already in the price? To be honest, with NVIDIA selling off after earnings, Walmart down, yields at their highest level, I think that this trading bar behind me might not be the worst idea for today. Anyway, let's go to the featured story. So the featured story, SpaceX S1, it's finally out. And let's just avoid all the paperwork, all the boring information that was in there, and go for the simple version of it. Starlink is the real business because this is the part that makes money. It's the part with real customers, real revenue, and real profit. More than 10 million people are using Starlink, and the number is still growing. So when people talk about SpaceX becoming public company, they are not just buying rockets, they are buying Starlink first. But here is where it gets interesting. The rocket business is powerful, but it's expensive. Uh, we have no doubt that SpaceX dominates the launches. That part is real. I think nobody is close to them in reusable rockets and launch scale. But that business is not the cash machine. A lot of the rocket side is there to support Starlink. So Starlink makes money, and the rocket business helps Starlink grow. Um, then we have the risky part of SpaceX, which is AI. The S1 showed that the AI side is losing a lot of money. It's losing billions, and this is the big bet. Now, the vision here on SpaceX is not just rockets, and it's not just internet from space. The bigger idea of SpaceX is AI infrastructure, maybe even data centers in orbit one day. Melanie mentioned that, so and Peter mentioned this. We have data centers uh, on water, right, on land, and maybe one day we'll have it on orbits. And this is one of the
In
visions that
space.
SpaceX has. Exactly. So that sounds futuristic, and maybe it works, but right now it's expensive. So this IPO is three stories in one. Starlink is the proven business. Then we have rockets, which are kind of the moat, and we have AI, which is the big gamble. And this is why the valuation is important. If SpaceX comes public around 1.75 trillion valuation, then investors are not just buying for today's numbers; they're paying for Elon's vision. And this is the real question. Are you buying a profitable Starlink business, or are you paying money for rockets, AI, satellites, Mars, and everything that Elon is having in his vision? So that's it in short. And yep.
This is a really a massive story because now that, like you said, the S1 is the paperwork they've filed to announce that they're filing for IPO. The targeted date right now is June. They believe June the 11th or 12th. We'll see. Those dates are always subject to change, so that might change. But as you say, Eamon, are is the market going to buy into the vision? The estimated opening, this will be estimated to be the largest IPO ever in history, like you pointed out, at 1.75 trillion. And you've got a month to get used to the ticker. I can almost guarantee we'll be trading this ticker one way or the other, right? SPCX is that ticker. So get put that in your chart. It doesn't do anything now, but a month from now, that or 3 weeks from now, that could be the ticker that we'll be talking about. SPCX. Remember that one. Here's the other thing that is very interesting about this. The second this IPO is released, it on paper will once again solidify Elon not only as the richest person on the planet, but the first identified individual trillionaire. Yeah, you heard that right. He will be the only person on the planet with a net value of over $1 trillion. I don't even know what you do with that, but that's Scrooge McDuck territory. That puts him in, rarefied air. So I don't know if you have my screen, Carlos, but there's Elon. He's happy. He's happily sitting on his money. So yeah, look, we can't argue at this point. To me, it's inarguable. Elon has changed so much, whether you think it's for the good or for the bad. He forced the world to acknowledge electric cars. He's forced the world to accept a different mode of space, launching and the relative cost of launching things into space. Now he's changing the markets. Obviously he's been affecting social media with his acquisition of X. He is a force to be reckoned with. And I think we've also acknowledged, not only through Elon, but if you sort of look back through all of the large, powerful, CEOs in history, you got to be a little bit crazy to be at that level, right? One or the other. You don't think the way everybody else thinks. You just don't. Or you don't get to that level, right? Because you've got to be doing something different. We can all point to, whether it's a Steve Jobs or Michael Dell or Bill Gates, or think of anybody that's actually changed, whose names we know, who has changed sort of the world, the finance world, or the real world, if you will. Yeah, they're all just a little bit off center, and I think that's what you have to be. Elon, I guess he fits the mold in that way, doesn't he? So, anyways, he's on par to be a trillionaire. If you didn't like him before, you're probably really not going to like him as a trillionaire. Can you imagine? Like, I don't even know, how do you like, you are literally owning the world at that point. Like, I don't know, what do you do? Like, you're just you demand. It's crazy.
He's the man. Listen, man. I think what was he was 12 years old when he created a video game he sold for $500.
Yeah.
Right. When you're 12 years old, you're creating a video game. You're on a different level. 12 years old, I was nowhere near doing that. So there you go.
Yeah, as Pierre Olivieri is pointing out, yes, like I said, acknowledged trillionaire, right? Because there could be very well trillionaires out there. Vladimir Putin. I mean, he basically owns the resources of Russia. So where does his wealth end and the wealth of Russia start? Like anybody that was a global despotic leader, it's hard to tell where, sort of what their individual net worth is. Elon's different because he's not tied to a state. Like, you got Saudi princes, for example, that could be trillionaires for all we know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
But that's wealth that's tied to a sovereign nation. And this is a whole different level. So anyways, it's just fascinating to me one way or the other. And for us, from a trading point of view, again, SPCX, man, know that symbol, because I guarantee you, we're going to be watching it. Whether we trade it or not, I don't know, but we're definitely going to be watching.
Yeah.
Well, sure I'm giving no comments on Putin's wealth. I'm just staying in the back here.
No, you understand. Nor should we don't. Nor should you, and we don't blame you. But what you
Putin's
should do
is the wealth of the people, arguably, and anyways. But this is the same problem that nations have had over time, right? Where individuals take it for themselves. I mean, even poor countries, we've seen that, where like Haiti, for example, where their leaders stole hundreds of billions of dollars from the people of Haiti and amassed personal wealth, while they were in charge. Like, it unfortunately, it happens. You know what they say, right? Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So
there you go. Eamon, let's go to you on the fun fact of the day, and then we'll continue with our gappers list.
Well, let's start with SpaceX, and let's start with the number 10 million subscribers. That's what Starlink has now. And this is big, because if you think about it, it took Netflix around 10 years to get 10 million subscribers. Starlink got there in just a few years, but instead of mailing DVDs or streaming shows, they are sending internet from space. And the crazy part is not just the subscribers, it's the whole system behind SpaceX. They build satellites, they launch satellites, they land the rockets, and then they sell the internet. So that's why Starlink is the real engine inside SpaceX. The second number that is interesting is Nvidia. They raised their dividend from 1 cent to 25 cents. That sounds small, but it's 25 times more. Right? And that's not small. Most of companies, they raise dividends slowly, maybe 5%, maybe 10%. And Nvidia, they just said, we're printing enough cash right now, so we can start returning more of it. Right?
Everybody gets paid. Yeah,
everybody gets paid.
Make it rain.
I wish I had that. Yeah, that money launching memes. That's exactly what we need right now. Anyway, so this came also with a huge buyback. And again, like we mentioned, the interesting part is the stock barely moved. But I'll be honest with you, I like the fact that it barely moved, because if we are sitting in a range, we can see an explosion, an explosive opening range breakout. And that's something that we'll see if it's going to happen. Anyway, the third number for today is today in history. On this day, May 21st, 1927, Charles Lindbergh landed near Paris after flying solo across the Atlantic. He was in the air for about 33 and a half hours, alone, no modern tech, no backup crew, just one person, one plane, and a lot of risk. Around 150,000 people were waiting for him when he landed. And look at it right now, 100 years later, we're talking about SpaceX trying to make humanity on Mars. It sounds crazy, but like Peter said, I mean, all these people who made big inventions, they sounded crazy at first. They sounded crazy at start, right? So it's different century, different technology, same idea, crazy people, big ambitions, big risks, and everyone watching to see if it's going to work and judging in the background.
Right.
You know,
There you
that's
go.
I love that. That's a great, fun little fact because yeah, it almost exactly 100 years later, and only 100 years. That is a blink of an eye in human history, and even in the just time. And to think of how far we've come in 100 years is pretty amazing. So here we
Yeah,
are.
it is awesome.
Here we are.
Amy, my friend, thank you so much. We'll catch you a little bit later. Amy's going to be back on here at 11 a.m. So we'll see you then. Take care, my friend. All right, friends. If you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It does help out the show a ton. Your support and having you guys here really helps the channel. So thank you so much. Let's go to Peter. As far as the gap up, we went over a couple of things. I like my list off this gap up already. I got Nvidia. I got QBTS. I know Nvidia's kind of flat. I don't know if it's green or red. Who knows what it is right now? It's actually red in the last couple of minutes. So it's been, it's been back and forth between the previous day close up and down. Right now, kind of siding towards the downside of things. But as far as the gap up, anything else you like that we have not covered yet?
Everything else that I was going to look at. How about earnings? Neo's one of the few that's actually green. Electric car companies have not been things we've traded recently, but Neo did report revenue and earnings better than expected. The 3.7 billion in revenue versus the 3.55, and they only lost 3 cents a share when they thought they were going to lose 24 cents a share. So that's pretty good. That's an 87% better, result than expected. So that's a good surprise. So yeah, Neo is moving higher. It's a tough one to trade. It's very algo traded. You can just see it if you look at short-term charts. Even pre-market, it looks algo traded. So unfortunately, Neo's not a great target. I've got a couple of other earnings to talk about, but they're weirdly gapping down. Maybe one I'll handle right now. SLS. This one I just don't get. Like SLS. This is SELLAS Life Sciences Group. And they I guess maybe it's a little hangover from yesterday. As you can see, they had a huge rise up yesterday, but they are red today. But they pretty much, their CEO basically said, we are curing leukemia. Like they've got a phase 3 trial of something they're calling Regal, and their Regal trial says that it has significant improvement on fatality rates. And essentially, it is not a full, but a partial cure to leukemia. Now, it's phase 3, but that's a late-stage trial. They still have some work to do before this becomes a mainstream drug. But, it's looking very positive, and it feels like SLS is, the low volume here, 300,000 shares. And I don't know. I just feel like the stock, it just seems like, Carlos, you know what? We actually literally had a company the other day that was also curing cancer. And they were curing breast cancer. We've got SELLAS that says they're curing leukemia. The market's like, yeah, but what about AI? You're curing a deadly disease. Yeah, but tell me about AI. No, never mind. Moving on. So, okay then, fine. That's the way the market's handling things. So.
There you go, friends. All right, and the gap downside of things, let's take a look at a few that are leading the way here this morning. Intuit is down 16% almost here, 544,000 shares traded, so big drop for them. Normally their volume is pretty light. You can see it here on the daily for the most part. Even on big days, they're barely cracking 10 million shares traded for the entire day. So you're not going to get big action out of them as far as the volume goes, which again provides that higher spread, provides that slower movement. Pre-market though today, they're definitely got a lot going on. Peter, I'm assuming this is earning. Like these people don't move like this. Is this earnings today for Intuit?
Yeah, it was actually yesterday, and Intuit, another one of these interesting stories in my mind, because they had good earnings. In fact, they had record earnings. They beat their numbers, both revenue and bottom line. And maybe here's where the CEO made a misstep. They announced, so so like if you're an employee, this is where you can get frustrated. If you're an investor, this is where maybe you can get interested. But it's tough to figure out what to do with these companies nowadays. So Intuit had record earnings, but announced that they're laying off 17% of their workforce. So the pressures are so great on CEOs right now that even when they're posting record earnings, they feel they need to streamline operations and improve. And the CEO, she said, they're laying off 17% of their global workforce. Interestingly, Carlos, when asked the question, is this a result of AI, she emphatically said no. This has nothing to do with AI. This is really just streamlining our operations. You feel like that was like maybe an easy layup that was missed there, right? Like even if it's not AI related, even if it's like 1% AI related, that's the answer they wanted to hear.
That's what
right?
we want to hear.
That's what the market wanted to hear. Now, 17%, they've got about 18,000 employees out there. So, so laying off 17%, I mean, it's significant. That's 3,000 people. They're going to lose their jobs, but it's not a huge number. But obviously, if you're one of the 3,000, you could care less, right? It's a big number. So, but it's interesting to me that CEO choose to say, no, this has nothing to do with AI. It's just, operational streamlining. So normally the market likes that. They like it when you're improving operations, especially when you're a profitable company. Today, though, they're gapping down, and pretty heavily too, 16%. So hey, look, they're gapping down as almost the same percentage as the number of people, the percentage of staff they're laying off. So I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's.
But what's their big revenue drive? I mean, who's using QuickBooks?
Tax software.
Who's using QuickBooks?
QuickBooks and
who's using that?
Like TurboTax.
Yeah, that's a dying business. That's gone. That's AI's taking over that. This company is going to be bankrupt in 2 years, 3 years. They're gone. It's just there's no need for you. There's no need for you.
Carlos is making a statement. He's putting a line in the sand.
There's no need for you. I will have ChatGPT doing all of this for me without a problem. Like no, you're gone. You're gone. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Bye.
I don't know. You still need that software. Maybe there's enough people like me out there, Carlos. It's like I actually bought a copy of the TurboTax. I use TurboTax every year, and I bought their online only. I hate their online only version. I go to the desktop and use the desktop version because I feel like I can control it more. I have the data. Yeah. I'm not putting it in the cloud where I don't get to control it. It's not as manipulative. Anyways, but that's me. I'm old school. I want it here. I know it's a little bit of a.
I get it. They better invest in AI. Like this is a company that's gonna probably benefit from that. But I guarantee you, remember guys, this AI stuff is so early. You're not gonna be having going to a website to do your taxes. It's gonna be a robot doing it. I mean, think about it. This is just the beginning. There's people here into it, and the kids are not using this. The kids are not. So like me, if you look at me and you, Peter, let's say we're over the hill. We're on the other side. The kids, they're not going to Intuit to do their taxes. They're not doing that,
Let's face it, the whole concept of doing taxes where you've got to sort of settle your year. I mean, the government has all the information. The fact that we have to compute it and send it to them when they already know the answer, like it feels very legacy, the whole process. Like, frankly, there's no real need for you to have to do taxes. There's maybe some deductions that you could choose, but that should be the exception model, right? Where you say, look, we've already calculated your taxes. The government should come to you and say, we've already calculated your taxes. Here's what you owe. You just have to now put in some exceptions that might change that number. But instead, they make us do the work and then hold us accountable if it's wrong when they already know the answer. Like, at least I've got a Canadian perspective, but I literally download every form from the government website. I have to put it through my own software and then give them back the answer. You already have all the data. You told me what the data was. I'm filling out your form. Why don't you just tell me the answer? Come on, man. Just tell me the answer.
Yeah. And you never. Anyway, and the funny thing is that you will never, unless your taxes are easy, you will never get the best bang for your buck if you use these things. My guy, he's an animal. He finds things. I'm just like, what the hell is this? I'll take it. Great. They're an animal. Like it changes every year, and I used to do it with TurboTax. It was a TurboTax I used to do with. I used to do it with them before, And the minute I flipped over, my stocks got a little more complicated with the kids, the first newborn, the houses, and that got too complicated. I went to this guy, sent him everything, and just boom, done. And finding things that this came over this year, this came out now. I'm like, dude, just yes, it's gonna cost 3 times more. This is gonna cost more, but you're gonna get that much more. And the best part about it, something goes wrong, hey, you go handle this. You take care of this, right? His company does whatever they have to do. So I don't know. I get the business. Bye bye. 5 years. I give it a little more, Peter. You convinced me. I'll give it 5 years.
5 years, okay.
5 years.
5 years.
And I think me and Ben, we have the wrong definition of kids. I call kids between 20 and under 40. Those are kids to me, right? The rest are babies. So let's get the definition right.
All right.
There it is. All right, let's go here. Rocket Lab is next here. Speaking about rockets, space, and all that fun stuff, these guys are getting some action over the daily here. You can see the nice pop. All in May, doing very, very well, guys. I mean, it's just space. And then here we are. We are up 7%. Oh, excuse me, down 7% this morning after being up quite a bit. So giving some of that back. Volume is there of 1.2 million shares traded. I haven't really watched Rocket Lab closely in the last couple of days. How did they do yesterday? Yesterday, not so bad to the upside. But again, falling off after hours here. Peter, big drop for them. Down 7% this morning. What's the latest and greatest? And will you have them on your list?
Yeah, they just have a combination of bad news. They announced independently. They announced that they are looking to try and distribute $3 billion worth of equity. So essentially, that means that they are, filed for additional stock dilution. That comes, and we know that we don't normally like to trade secondaries. Now, they haven't actually released the secondary. They just announced the intent for it. But, coming on the same day when the S1 forms for SpaceX's IPO comes out is probably not good timing. So, that I think is having a double whammy. I honestly think that still all of these rocket stocks should end up being lifted. SpaceX going public isn't dilutive to Rocket Lab. It helps raise the business profile because it doesn't change their market presence, right? It just changes awareness. But the market's a funny thing, right? It's all based on opinion, and it could be that people are thinking, oh, Rocket Lab's going down because SpaceX is coming out. You know what? I mean, they're already competing. Like, whether SpaceX is public or private, it doesn't change the way they're competing in the real world. But maybe the public awareness is what we're playing with right now. So in any event, Rocket Lab's down today. Carlos, I don't know. I don't know whether this is actually going to be a good target to trade or not. It's got decent volume pre-market. I think it's going to die off when the market opens because the news is not right now. All this news is about future speculation. So I think Rocket Lab is just it had its moment after hours or sort of before this market is opened. So no, short answer, no, not going to be on my list, I don't think.
Yeah, same here. I'll keep this one off, friends. Look at Walmart making the list today on the gap down side of things and moving pretty rapidly right now. We're down 3.6 million shares traded, and the bloodbath seems to continue here. Peter, started off around 7 a.m. this morning, a little bit before that, and here's the big drop. What's going on with them today?
Well, as Eamon mentioned earlier in his what to expect for today, Walmart's one of those stocks that had earnings this morning, and they beat their numbers, but it's not good enough. There's a concern about the headwinds and that people are managing their expenditures and choosing what to buy. So Walmart's got to continue to deliver value in their analyst remarks, I guess, that they had last with their release. They also announced that their the headwind of the fuel cost is starting to cause them problem to manage and maintain their pricing. So that's not unexpected. Walmart ships a lot of stuff, right? They ship it by sea, they ship it by road. Fuel costs are going to impact them. So they say that's a headwind that is potentially going to affect their operating income or their bottom line. So Walmart gapping down here this morning. It's in play. Good volume, 3.6 million shares. I see it's gapping down even more, in fact, in the last 30, 40 minutes. So, it might be worth keeping an eye on. It definitely, it's on my secondary. I don't like trading Walmart. We just don't get along. I don't know why. I cannot figure out how to trade this stock, but I'm still going to watch it. Maybe it'll give me a move that will encourage me. I want to trade lots today. So maybe Walmart will be one of the things that I'll take a shot at. We'll see.
That does look good on the list here on the pre-market, so definitely will be adding it as well. I see Mike mentioning Microsoft. Let's take a look at a couple of you guys as well over in chat.
Yeah,
So news on
a lot of
Microsoft
people.
popping here into the green, up 2%, 2 million shares traded. So Microsoft doing some stuff. What's the news, guys? You guys got news out here? Anthropic, something with
Yeah, I
Microsoft,
got
man.
the
Anthropic is with everything.
correct.
It's just
I
everything
know
they
it's
touch is
Anthropic.
like boom. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's an unsubstantiated rumor. Neither company has confirmed nor denied it, but the rumor is that Anthropic is in talks with Microsoft to use their AI chips to help power sort of their back end Claude and some of their other AI engines. So we will, yeah. That's the news. That's what's got Microsoft popping. And like you said, Carlos, it's sort of amazing. Like Microsoft is, they're normally one of the big, heavy companies that's hard to move in the markets. I mean, look at that. Look, to cause what is that, a $12, $13 move on a stock, which literally translates to, another $40 billion worth of value in Microsoft from a company that's not even publicly traded, and it's only on a rumor. I love it. It's this market is just crazy. The amount that things move is
Hmm.
unparalleled. We have never seen this in the markets in all of my trading career. So yeah, it's a heady time to be here and be a day trader. Like we're getting
It
the
is.
moves. You can't argue that. The moves are there to be had.
Yeah, yeah, we're in a great time, and we're seeing it over and over again. So hopefully, you guys are taking advantage as well. If you're brand new to trading, there's a lot of ways to get started. Head over to bevertrades.com. We'll teach you everything you need to know, get you going. Head over to tradingterminal.com. We'll get you tools to get you started. I mean, it is a great time to learn how to trade, and more so if you're undercapitalized a little bit. The restrictions are getting lighter. That's the big news coming up in a couple of days here, June 4th. A lot of brokers bringing down that $25,000 tag that prevented people from day trading. Even if you don't get margins, let's say even if they don't give you 1 to 4 margins, this is still a good thing because you could still take $7,000 and be in and out, and you can the cash is gonna be available right away for you to take another trade. So you don't have to wait for that 3 day period, or wait for the next day for your cash. I think it takes like 2 or 3 days for it to become available again, right? That's a big thing. Some people tell me now that it's actually even 1 day the next day. That's pretty fast. But I remember before it used to be like 2 or 3 days for your cash to clear after you used it. So either way, it's good news for you. As things get easier and easier, it just makes it better for retail traders to get into this business. So if you're interested, head over to bevertrades.com and definitely learn how to trade. Frank says the very next day. That's awesome. It wasn't like that before. That's new. That's got to be new. It wasn't like that before. I remember 2017, 2016, this thing, even for a couple of swing trades, you had to wait a little more, right? So, yeah, pretty good stuff, man. Excellent. All right, AMPX, we'll do one more, and then we'll give it to you, Peter, as far as the gap down, and then we'll head over to what our schedule is for today. AMPX. This is garbage. This is not gonna have no space in our watch list today. This is, I mean, we're talking about space, Rocket Lab. We're talking about Microsoft trying to blow the doors open here, Nvidia earnings, and then we come up with this. Man, go ahead, Peter. What we got?
I mean, they have news. It looks like they've partnered. This is Amprius Technologies. They've formed a strategic collaboration to provide high energy silicon anode cells to power Matternet's M2 aircraft. So there you go, aircraft news, Carlos. They're calling it aircraft, but it's really drones. So I don't know. Do you consider drones aircraft? I mean, I guess they are technically.
Yeah, the FAA's they do. And actually, there's always a back and forth between drone owners and registering their thing, and should they be tagged. I mean, there's a lot of back and forth, between what's okay to do without it being registered or not. But the FAA is always back and forth with the drones because of aircraft safety, right? Like some of these drones can go up pretty high, and get in the way of things. So I guess the FAA wants to consider them that, so they can register them, and have restrictions.
It's hard, right? Because it's like, not everything that drives is a car, so you don't need to register as a car. My bicycle isn't a car. My little toy, my little toy RC car is not a registered vehicle. and not everything that flies is an aircraft. My kite isn't an aircraft. So,
Right.
drones, I get it. They're in that mid space, right? Is it a toy or is it a serious aircraft? Right. Well, I don't know. Like,
it's a
anyway.
toy until you get above a certain altitude. Now it's not a toy.
Well, right.
That's the thing.
Or maybe a certain size. Because
Right.
there's I could argue that I made a toy RC car, but if it's the size of an actual car and I can get in it, it's a car now. So
Yeah.
I could argue all I want. It's now a car. But anyways, so yeah, it's I guess we're figuring it out. Anyways, so this Amprius technology, they've announced this deal. Apparently the market's not impressed because they are gapping down.
Yep, absolutely. Peter, as far as the gap down list, brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Anything you like on here that we haven't talked about, and then we'll head over to our community events and announcements.
Well, we've pretty much mentioned everything I wanted to talk about from an earnings. So gapping down this morning, we've got Deere. I know that Eamon mentioned that, DE. Usually we can often use them as an indicator of how healthy, that market is, I guess. Heavy equipment, farm equipment especially, right? They actually missed their numbers. I shouldn't say that. They beat their numbers in this past quarter, but issued warnings for the next quarter. So, their guidance wasn't where people wanted. So Deere is gapping down. Eamon mentioned that up front. Walmart, as we mentioned, gapping down. Nvidia gapping down after earnings, right? So it doesn't matter what your earnings are. Seems like you're pretty much gapping down today. Intuit and SLS. Those are all the ones that are gapping down that I want to talk about, and we've already mentioned them. Today seems to be a day for starts and ends of things, Carlos. If we want to have a little fun news,
sure.
I'm not a beer drinker, but if anybody is, I don't know. Schlitz beer, is that a good beer or a bad beer? I don't see it as a high quality beer, but I don't know. I didn't even
know that was a beer. When I saw it, I thought it was this is like root beer or something. What is this?
No, man, it's a beer. It's Carlos. It's one of the oldest beers in America. It's been around for 177 years.
And as
you know, the U.S. is only 250 years old, so it's been around for a significant portion of the U.S.'s history. Anyways, this is a U.S.-based beer. It's chained ownerships for a long time, and well, don't worry about it. Whether you like it or hate it, in 2 days, it won't matter because they're stopping production on Schlitz beer. It comes to an end. No longer will it be available. They might revive it for some special releases, but yeah, Schlitz beer coming to an end. So no longer producing that after 177 years. So there you go. It's if you love it, then you're sad. If you never heard of it, then you don't care. So there you go. So
it's sad. We always, as a beer drinker, we don't want beer going away. We want more of it. So it is a sad story. Although I never tasted it, so I see people saying yuck.
Yeah, Mike Kelly says it tastes like toilet water. Others saying they see it at ballparks. That's about it. Anyways, well, there you go. Schlitz. It's whether you like it or hate it, it's going away. And the other thing that's coming to an end tonight is the very last episode of the late night show. So with Stephen Colbert, whether you like or hate this, it's the end of an era. This is the show that took over. Remember, Johnny Carson did an earlier instantiation of it. They're ending the entire franchise. Tonight is the very last recorded, performance, I guess, or edition of this show. So it's coming to an end. So there you go. End of an era happening tonight. And that's what's happening out there in the world.
It's fascinating, man. I don't know who watches these things late at night. Like, who's going on at like 10, 11
I have to admit, I have never watched these things at night.
No,
and
man.
I watch clips. Like now I see clips on YouTube and that's how I watch it. But yeah, I don't watch like I've never watched even like Saturday Night Live. I rarely used to watch that.
I like their clips. They used to be very funny, but I'm not my Saturday night, I'm not spending it on watching TV.
No. Like if I happened to be up at 11:30 and it was on a Saturday, I'm like, let's watch it for a few minutes. But that would be in my like 20s and maybe 30s. So we're talking, 20, 30 years ago. So it's but the late night shows, I never watched them. Anyone. What's interesting is that while this is going to be the last episode of this tonight, the other competitive shows, the Jimmy Kimmel Show and Fallon, they are actually not doing live broadcasts tonight. They are sort of in solidarity. They're saying no live broadcast, so the focus can be on this last edition of the late night. Maybe they're going to be there. They haven't announced who the guests are. They're keeping it tight under wraps as to who the guests are going to be. So it could be because they're all going to be showing up on the for the late show tonight. But anyways, there you go. There's news. Right. Whether you think it's important or not, you make the call. And meanwhile, we again, like we said, so much market news, guys. We got so much going on. I'm so excited for today. I think that we're gonna see. I don't know. I think we're gonna see movement. I don't know which way. I honestly have no idea. I mean, if you look at this market, look at where the SPY is. And the Qs. We're down about 0.5% roughly. So that means that we could easily go in either direction here when the opening bell rings. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good day. You never know, right? Every time we think it's going to be a great day, we usually get let down. But let's see what happens.
Yeah. We'll
but
definitely see.
Maybe I can segue. Let me do a loose segue into, where it's always a good day? Bear Bull Traders.
Absolutely.
So, it's a Thursday, guys, which means at Bear Bull Traders, we have our Thursday slate of activity, which is going to be focusing on our mentorship activities. And mentorships you can always go to our website and find out what's happening. Today on this Thursday, we got a couple of sessions for you, starting at noon with Jared's option-focused mentorship session. These are all, by the way, going to be all for our elite members. So you have to have an elite membership to be able to access these live mentorship sessions. But Jared will be focused on options in the webinar room for all of our elite members at noon. Then he's going to hand the reins over to Brendan. That's going to talk Market Atlas and how you can leverage that in your trading. And he's going to talk about active trading tools such as Market Atlas and focus on that for an hour. And then tonight, we've got our signature webinar, which is the evening mentorship session. Gary, once again, leading that, answers your questions, reviews your trades, takes a look at whatever you want. That's at 8 p.m. in the webinar room. So those are our 3 sessions for today, noon, 1, and 8. And as always, of course, if you want to join our elite members, all you have to do is go to the website, bearbulltraders.com, and you can find out how to get to the elite memberships. Basically, whether you get the pro or the elite, you can access those webinars. The elite is the better deal, but there's a year commitment. If you just want to go month to month, you can obviously pick the pro and test it out. If you're really just kicking the tires, you don't get access to all of the webinars, but you can see what the chat room's right. That's really the core product where you can trade with like-minded traders. We've got thousands in there that you can trade with every single day. So check it out, and you can go join them at bearbulltraders.com.
Yep, absolutely, friends. And today, if we get over 500 likes, we'll give away 1 month elite membership. 1 month elite membership we'll give away to our members here in the chat room. So 500 likes, we'll give that away. Good luck, friends. All right, for me right now, I am going to add AMD. I was looking at AMD, and this looks really, really good. Let's see here. And it treated us very well yesterday, right? So I'm definitely going to have this on here. It took a while to actually get going, but then finally did break out nicely. And I am going to add that on there. So NVIDIA, QBTS, Walmart, and AMD for me. And of course, we have to look at Tesla. So looking at Tesla here, it is moving higher, up 1.5 million shares traded as well. So I think it's worth having on the list also. So again, lots to watch. Quantum as well. There's just so much going on this morning. Let's get some levels in place, friends, and let's get ready for our market open. There's Andrew. Good morning to you, sir. Here it is, Nvidia to kick it off, guys. Pretty easy levels, surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. I think the reaction to the earnings were. I think this is good for Nvidia. Really, really good. Not going crazy too high to extend it. Not dropping, just right where it needs to be. I think this can provide better trading activities in the future. Right now, 225.11 is the high of the pre-market. The low is at 220.77. And once you do that, guys, surrounded by the price actions of the last 2 trading days, as far as levels goes, I don't think you need to add anything else. Maybe one more towards the top, over at 227.89 in case we do break higher. Right now, showing a little bit of weakness. after all morning wrapping itself around the previous day close. All right, next on the list we have QBTS. Quantum is heavy on the watch list this morning. As you can see, there are tons of other different tickers. Everybody's watching something different. I'm going to be watching QBTS this morning, although it's starting to lose some steam here just a little bit, only up 12% down to 2170. The pre-market high was at 2318, so giving some a little bit back this morning. Above that on the daily, we do have a great level. I'm gonna have a couple, right? You got this one, and this one. Usually it's an area, right? It's an area. There's not like an exact number. What I like to do in a case like this, instead of taking the top one, I'll take the one that's closest to the price action, which is going to be this one here, right? So out of this area, I'm going to take the closest to the price action. It's going to be 2367, right? So that's usually how I decide which one I'm going to watch. Is this area here? I pick the closest to the price action, right? So 2367 on the way up, and then above that we do have 2478. Where the price action is right now, is hovering in this area. We do have a great level here, actually a big level. It's going to be 2177. Look at the resistance and look at how much support right around this area. So you definitely want to have that down. That is 2177, as we're losing that at the moment. Then the next one towards the bottom, 2059. And outside of that, guys, you're pretty set highs and lows for the last two trading days. Look at that 2177, guys, acted as resistance here, finally broke out, and then became support, which you're losing now. So that 2177 obviously plays a big part for QBTS at least. All right, let's go over to Walmart. Typically not one we put on deck this morning, but today they're in play, so I'm going to be watching them. 125.50 is the low of the pre-market. You can see here on the daily how that plays a big part as far as support and resistance. Towards the top, we're going to look at another level right around 127.73, and you have another one at 129.57. Above that, plenty of stuff. You don't got to worry about anything else up there. Highs and lows for the last two trading days. 123.7, actually, towards the bottom. Pretty good level there. And then the next big one is 122.33. So again, big volume for Walmart, guys. 5 million shares traded. That's about what, about 15% than what they do on the daily already in the pre-market. If I'm doing my math right here, I should use ChatGPT for that. But we should use everything AI now. But there's Walmart, guys. I mean, tons of volume. So love it. All right. What you said, Peter?
I said, yeah, use those AI tools.
Yeah, like who uses a calculator anymore? I use spreadsheets. And I ask Siri, what's this plus this plus this plus this? Give me the answer. Like, who uses a calculator, right? I mean, these tools, man, they're going away. AI is taking over, I'm telling you. So Intuit, shorting the crap out of them. They're not going to be around in 5 years. Just kidding. I don't want to get sued by Intuit. All right, let's go here. AMD, friends, down 2.3 this morning. Treated us so well yesterday. I think it's worth having here again. Highs and lows for the last two trading days are doing a pretty good job getting a lot of the levels here for us. 433.53 is a good one here. Towards the bottom, what we have, 411.08. It's a nice one there. And then above that, 458.10. Once you do that, guys, you are all set. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla this morning towards the bottom, low of the pre-market, 419. Towards the top, we are looking at 424.95, and then also right up here we're looking at level 431.44, and then of course the big level all the way up here at 450 is 446.93. We'll see if we can get up there. Right now, a little bit of volume for Tesla and some moves towards the upside, trying to get back to that pre-market high. Peter, what is our team watching this morning as far as stocks go?
All right. Yes, our team has got their list together. Well, I'll start with mine because I'm going to be watching, well, a lot of Nvidia, as I say, but I'll also be keeping an eye on Tesla, Walmart, QUBT as promised, IBM, and Microsoft. I just have too much to watch. There's a lot going on this morning, so I think that any one of these could move. Hopefully, we'll catch the right one. Jared is going to be watching Nvidia, QBTS, Microsoft, AMD, IonQ, and GFS. Andrew's got his list together. He's going to be trading live in the chat room. He's going to be watching Nvidia, AMD, RGTI, QBTS, and IBM. Eamon, who is with us earlier and will be with us later, is watching Nvidia for a potential long. Kyle is going to be watching QBTS, NVDL, and TSLL. He likes those ETF products. So those are the derivatives of Nvidia and Tesla. Brian, who's also trading live with Andrew, is going to be watching Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, QBTS, and the market indices. And last but not least, Mike is going to be watching Tesla and Nvidia. He's also going to be looking at futures contracts. He's getting on me for not mentioning it. MESM6 is the futures contract he likes to focus on this last couple of weeks. MESM6, that's the one he's looking at. So futures and then Nvidia and Tesla. That's what we got, Carlos.
All right, awesome. All right, friends, we're ready to rock and roll here. I love the comments. So actually, I think we have a lot of mathematicians in the house. Rob Boski says he uses his calculator every day. People are using their calculators every day. What are you guys mathing? What are you guys mathing? I can't remember how to pull up. What are you mathing? What's the mathing? The mathing adding up here. What are you guys using your calculators for? I haven't used a calculator in years. I don't even know how to pull it up on the app here. If you're an accountant, doesn't count. But yeah, what are people using the calculators for? Please let me know in chat. I need to know.
I took my calculator out earlier today. I've got my calculator going.
What did you use it for, Peter? What did you add?
Well, I did a couple of things. I was figuring out Elon's net worth. If he's actually a trillionaire, I did this math roughly. You know, if Elon is a trillionaire, to spend $1 trillion, you would have to spend $2.2 million every hour for the next 50 years, 24 hours a day, 2.2 million an hour, every hour for the next 50 years, and you'd still have money left over. Like, we can't even understand how much $1 trillion is.
I turn on AI.
I was also. What else did I calculate? I was calculating the percentage of something. I can't remember. We were talking about it, and I needed to come up with a number quick. I broke out the calculator while we were doing the show here this morning. So
I got to start. I feel like I got to start calculating something now.
All right,
minute past the market open. Here we go, friends. It's rocking and rolling. I'm gonna subtract and add some stuff here. I'm gonna add the low of the pre-market and the high on Nvidia just to use my calculator.
AMD
take a trade.
Pushing higher. Nvidia.
See here.
What is Nvidia doing?
AMD. Okay. Let's see. Microsoft, NBIS, InfoQ, QBTS. Remember that number doesn't include compounding interest. I use calculators to figure out win rate and profit for the month. I throw that. Okay, Trader Galaxy. Okay. Keyboard shortcut to calculate weights and dollars. Steel construction PM. Okay. Good. Inflation of cost. Pizza. All right, friends. I am waiting. 1 minute ORB has been very difficult, so I'm not inclined to jump on any 1 minute ORB. I think this market, although great, the first couple of minutes are just brutal. So I'm gonna be patient and wait for my 5 minute or VWAP. Those have been really nice to me, so I'm just gonna go with what works. I'm gonna bring up my trading terminal.com, get my atlas going. I'm gonna go in the chat, see what Andrew's doing.
And don't force anything. Don't force anything, guys. Whatever you choose to watch.
Force anything. Yeah.
I got my eyes on the stuff that I'm watching here. QUBT, not done anything yet. Got to keep an eye on all of these stocks.
Easy does it.
Easy does it. Whoa, pony.
Easy does it. That's right, man. We're snipers here. We're not shooting bullets everywhere. Snipe, quality over quantity. All right, let's see what the action is. Nvidia doing something here. Nice engulfing on the 1 minute.
Not quite engulfing.
They didn't close yet. Here it is. No. Okay, engulfed there, but that kind of engulfed there. But now let's see if it actually has the juice right at the VWAP to get going. Real estate close coming up. Let's see if Nvidia can get the pop here. Yeah, it looks like this engulfing is going to work. Very nice. If it can get above the VWAP here.
It looks like it wants green.
I mean, there it is. Green.
There's the green.
Beautiful engulfing. 1 minute ORB breakout on Nvidia. These have not been trading well.
I don't know how much farther it's going to go. It would have been a good scalp just from that engulfing point up until the green. We'll see, though. It doesn't seem to have a lot of energy to.
What's Nvidia do have a great day today? Let's see. was very tamed in the pre-market. It's like it was like a very controlled explosion, like an underwater explosion on the earnings. Like it didn't go anywhere.
Like an
But now,
underwater. So I like that.
yeah, like underwater explosion, little splashes. But now it might just it might do the thing here. So,
Hmm.
oh man, Nvidia, it is going green. Check Neo. Let's go. What's going on with Neo? Oh yeah, Neo having a hard time. Yeah, this is a tough trader, as Peter mentioned before. Like it used to be great,
Yeah.
but yeah, Neo getting slammed here, uh, going into the red. BE Bloom Energy, not a different type of trading ticker, a little less volume on it. El Patron, go Rigetti, go. Yeah, it looks like quantum stuff is
Hmm.
pushing a little bit higher. I'm gonna look at my QBTS and see.
Seems I've got the wrong one. I'm on the wrong
Me
horse
too.
here because QUBT that I said I was going to
It's not
watch is
doing.
not doing much of anything.
Yeah. I got QBTS might be. Let's see if it can wait for the 5-minute RB. We got the volume. What does the Atlas tell us on this thing? Andrew, long Nvidia, partial, added. He is taking care of business there. He got long at the previous day close, right on there for a nice pop. And QBTS, I'm looking at that one. We're coming up on the 5-minute mark here, guys. Just about in 15 seconds to it. Let's see if we can see something great. Setting up our 5-minute ORB. Tesla, another 1 minute engulfing that, also kind of breaking out here. AMD, probably the best potential for a 5-minute ORB, just below the previous day close. Let's see how Atlas looks on this one. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. What's happening here?
Nvidia, look, Nvidia got as high as 227, so it did get the move higher here. Maybe it's going to break that trend where it generally gaps down the day after earnings. We'll see. It's still early.
Yes.
But Tesla's higher, Nvidia is higher.
AMD. I don't like going against the previous day close like that, so I'm hesitant to take it, but it does look more bullish on Market Atlas. Not as pretty as it was yesterday.
Here
Yesterday
we
it looked
go.
better.
Here goes QUBT popping up
Are you
here
are
a
you
little
in
bit
it?
now. No,
No.
it just popped through
Okay.
VWAP very aggressively.
Yeah.
So
I'm out of coffee. Coffee's done. All right,
hey,
that's
by the
fine.
way, you sent me on
Drink some
a
water.
false alarm. It was my fault. I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
For the garbage. I ran out.
Hmm.
I'm like, I gotta put the garbage out. And I open the garage and I look up and down the street and I'm like, there's nobody with their garbage out. And then I'm like, oh, you know what? It was a long weekend here in Canada. So that means the garbage is delayed a day, right? Whenever you have that day off, the
Oh,
Monday was a
okay.
holiday, which means
Mm-hmm.
garbage is now
Everything
tomorrow.
gets
So
pushed back. Okay.
everything
Oh,
gets
look at
pushed
that.
back. So yeah.
All right, good. AMD, I'm gonna try, guys. AMD here, 445. Oh, 445.91. I am long AMD, 5-minute ORB. Let's see if the Atlas can get. Oh, Atlas just got worse on me. The minute I got in, the Atlas turned around and became more bearish.
Uh,
That's not good.
it still looks good up to
Yeah, but
450.
these guys were not here. They just appeared. They were gone, and they just knocked on the door. So, still looks a little bearish, but not as pretty as I saw when I first got in. All right, so we're long AMD here. Stop loss 442, 18-ish, 442. Right, with a little bit of space in case we do get some slippage.
Yeah,
But
you're
we're
getting the
long here.
market
See if we can get the
pullback
break.
right now.
Let's see if we get the previous day close breakout. We're taking too long. I like this thing to happen quickly. Wasn't quick yesterday, I'll tell you that much. Yesterday was not quick at all, but it was so worth the wait. It was such a great outcome after we got a nice move. So did you get any reversals yesterday, Pierre? I know a lot of stuff ran after we got off. Did you find any reversals?
I got a couple, but nothing that really ran for me. They just moved for a
Mm-hmm.
little bit and then usually came back to my break even and stopped me out. So,
Yep.
I think I got one of Microsoft, I got one of Tesla, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nothing major.
Yeah.
So, no, QUBT is up over 11 now, so it is making a little bit of a move.
Yeah, and I see some people made some money on Rigetti. So a lot of people took Rigetti here, so very nice.
In the chat room, I
Long.
see Aria traded QBTS. So got a couple of
Nice.
trades on that. Rigetti, yeah. See the trade on Rigetti? Who
Yeah.
traded
Oh
Rigetti
man,
here? Whose trade was this?
QBTS would have been another good 5 minute ORB. Just focus on
Kyle.
AMD here.
Kyle traded Rigetti.
That would have been nice too. All right, let's see. AMD's trying to go green and got down the screen here as we search for other things. We need that to go the other way.
Nvidia
Yeah,
is right
going.
back at previous
Yeah.
day close, and the VWAP are at the same spot on Nvidia. So
Mm.
we'll see if it gets a bounce here. You certainly know where to put your stop below if it breaks here. So
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a potential long on Nvidia if it can hold this level, but it looks like it's breaking through. Tough to tell right now. Give it a moment.
Yeah, we'll do the same with AMD. Our stop just again below that VWAP, but a little bit of room in case we come and test and then find our way up, just like yesterday. So let's see if that takes place. QBTS for the win. Yeah, Quantum QBTS actually had a really nice 5 minute ORB. I stopped watching it and I went with AMD, but if you look at it here, this was clean, nice push up, pull back, not extended. VWAP is right there. Just a lot looked really good here, and you would have gotten this move up to 23.50. That's a dollar move depending on your entry. So that was nice. If you took advantage of that, excellent. Unfortunately, I went with AMD, which hasn't done anything. It might actually end up stopping us out here. So let's see. Let's see what it does. Level 2 is not giving me any suggestion whether to stay in or get out. Like it looks more bullish in the bigger time frame. Like I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So it looks more bullish on there. If you zoom out a little bit more towards 448, that previous day close just right below that. But it's taking its sweet time. Let's see if it can break through 446. Not 2,000 shares there. Okay, good. We went through that. Let's see if we could get going. All right, 447. Okay, all right. We're pushing. We're macking. No, how? Well, we're
Pac
I
Manning?
can't
Is
see.
that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, like
Waka 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 waka. Just say that.
right through it.
That's all I have to say. That's all I gotta
That's
say.
probably easier to say. We're wacka
Yeah.
right through the shares.
We know what you mean now.
You know what
It'll
you
be
mean.
our
Yeah,
short, it'll be a
yeah.
shorthand.
There you go.
Just go with that.
All right, here it is. Okay, here we go. Above the previous day close, we need at least 449, guys, because we gave this a decent stop at 442. Again, so we need at least above 449 to get, at least 1 hour. So again, why stop on this one? Just because of the way AMD trades now. So take less shares, put your stop where it needs to be, risk the same amount. Don't do, don't take, you can't take 1,000 shares when your stop is $4 unless you have, unless your account can support that, right? So be very, very careful. Let's see if AMD can get the push above the VWAP. Looking very bullish now, which is nice. Let's see if that's going to hold up on the action itself. There we go, 448. Let's get through those. We love 450. 450 would be just incredible if we can get that. We're trying. We are trying. Come on. Get up there.
Come on.
You can do it. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We only ask because we forget ourselves, and it does help out the channel when we do get those likes up. Usually our goal is above 400 into that 500. 500 gets you a free giveaway today of an unlimited month elite membership at Bareboot Trader. So if we get 500, we'll do that, and we'll see who our winner will be for today. But we got to get 500 likes to be able to do that giveaway. So yeah, thank you so much, friends. All right, AMD, keep watching here. We're getting a nasty pullback. Don't like that. We might be bailing here out of this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Nvidia's still hanging out at this
Yeah.
previous day close, just above its break even, or its yesterday. Sorry, the Nvidia. Oh my goodness, the VWAP and the previous day close.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like Nvidia's. I don't know what it wants to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still
442
feel
is our
short
cutoff.
biased just because of the
Market there
history,
as you
but it's
see it.
hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
It's hanging out above the VWAP, which would normally tell me there's a bounce coming. So I don't know.
Yeah.
This market not doing much. Pretty choppy. Look at the SPY or the Qs, right? You can see that level of chop. So we're not
Mm-hmm.
we're not really getting any strong opinion from the market overall as to where things should go.
Yeah.
Moving down on Tesla right now. Microsoft also sort of sold off, so it's given back pretty much all of that gain it got from the news that from that earlier news with Anthropic. So the market has
Yeah.
largely said it's discounting that.
Man, Atlas still has that big giant shares up there, 449.
Hmm.
But the price action is not having any of that right now. So our stop is just above 442 there. We have it marked. We're right at the VWAP, but man, it'll let's see. Let's see if the VWAP is gonna do its job.
Do your job.
Do your job. That's it.
That's what Carlos asks every day of the VWAP. Do your
That's
job.
all we ask. We don't ask you to do anything that you're not meant to do. You're meant to be support here. Do your job and push the price up. With the help of obviously the demand being so heavy to the upside. Let's hope if that can attract the price action up there. It's trying again. Nice bounce off of VWAP. Let's see if the momentum can come in and get towards that previous day close. Sitting at 447.58 is the previous day close. So let's see. Anything else going on, guys? VWAP ain't VWAPing. That's it, man. VWAP is
VWAP ain't VWAPing.
Ben, I think it's VWAPing right now though. It's trying to
Go on, VWAP. Do better.
It's doing it. It's doing it for now. For now.
All right.
Let's see. InfoQ guys did a nice run here. QBTS also struggling with this 2367 though. We've been stuck here for the last 5 minutes. So we've been stuck here for the last 5 minutes, unable to break, and just volume pouring through it, right? Getting tons of volume. Each one of these candles are above 500, almost to a million shares here. Okay, here might actually be doing something. QBTS, that is. Okay, there it is. Got the breakout. Just need us to turn over to it and say hello, and there it is. Here's trying to get 24. It's a good breakout on QBTS. Watching AMD under the screen. It's not doing anything, friends. It's back and forth. But I don't like this setup. Don't like the way it's hanging out the lower range of this situation there. Don't really like that. Market Atlas is still showing strength to 449. So we're just holding up until we see what's next here. PLTR, let's take a look. PLTR this morning had a good pop, but now it's just a little tougher now. That's just trying to bounce off of VWAP and the previous day close. So at least you have two levels towards the bottom that you can play off if you do want to take this long. Watching AMD here, still on that 444.
Watching Nvidia just move sideways here. I was hoping to get a trade on it. Nothing doing yet. Come on, are you gonna drop? Are you gonna go higher? What do you want to do, Nvidia?
Nvidia going red.
Yeah,
That's gonna drag our stock down too, I bet.
yeah, it would.
So we're watching AMD. CRWV CoreWeave at VWAP failed pretty harsh here as far as VWAP breakout. So nothing there yet, but again, we'll keep an eye on it. Let me know if you see something on that. Tesla hanging out at 420, back to 420 here. This magical 420 number that it loves.
It's magical.
And AMD just bouncing and bouncing off the VWAP. If we can get the SPY to turn around, this will help a lot of longs. But the SPY right now is just might be making a new low. If it makes a new low, that's not going to be good for us. There it is. We might to
Nvidia did drop lower.
Yeah. Might need to hit the eject button on this thing. Let's see. Let's see what it does.
Come on, Nvidia. Where are you going?
Yeah, Nvidia. Are you thinking short, Peter? Are you thinking long? What's
I don't know. I was actually looking. I couldn't figure out which direction. I was more short biased just because of the history rather than the price action, right? Because we know that Nvidia typically goes down the day after earnings, but it didn't drop very far. I mean, we're still within the range of the open, and the Atlas is showing bullish orders. I mean, there are orders on the top, so I don't know what to make of Nvidia right now.
Yep.
That's why I'm sitting on the sidelines, because there's too much conflict. Again, remember what I said, it seems like every day that I'm really excited about, I think there's going to be great moves because we have lots of stuff to watch. Seems to be the day where you just end up watching everything chop sideways at the open. So
yeah.
Now
and it's typical, like first couple of 45 minutes to an hour, man. We see this, we're seeing this a little bit more.
Right.
Where it's just a few tickers that break out. Today it seems to have been QBTS and some of the quantum stuff broke out right away. Although now a lot of them seem to be struggling to get going. And AMD and some other ones are struggling. Oh, Tesla. What happened to Tesla? Continues lower. 419 now coming up.
Yeah, Tesla's moving lower right now.
So just be patient. We'll get a move. It's just sometimes it takes a little bit longer, and it's making us wait right now. That's for sure. AMD is making us wait. There it is. I'm going to get stopped out on AMD. Although I think it's a long eventually. Atlas is still very, very strong. But the pullback here is going to make us hit the button. The chances of it pulling it higher. Mm, 442 is our stop. We have a mark. Right to it. $440 has some orders, but man, the upside is so strong. We just need the SPY to turn around before we hit our stop here. Yeah, I do mental stops. I'm gonna get out of it now actually, because there's no indication this thing is gonna turn around before going lower. There it is. It did go lower. Yeah, I do mental stops because sometimes I get out even before I hit my stop. Like I'll get out. The only reason why I stayed, like if by now I would have probably got out of this trade in this, not in this, like this area here, because it's taking too long to actually get the move. But the market Atlas, man, I look at this and I'm just like, all right, this is gonna eventually come back up here. But the weakness right now is all to the downside. So that's not helping us, and this is not helping us, and Nvidia is not helping. Nvidia is lower and lower too. So so yes, that's why I usually just do everything by the hotkey button, which is very quick, and fills are very good too. I think the issue becomes, if you're not disciplined enough to hit the button or not experienced enough, sometimes you got to get a lot of practice in. You need a hard stop. You need a limit order. You need a hard stop, right? So I think that's important, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
It's an element of strategy too. Like I use a hard stop every time, all the time. Yeah. It's just the way I've decided to trade. It's the way I manage my strategy. Once I pick a stop, that's the stop. So
yeah. And there's definitely a less stress to it. Like on my swing trades, I put them in, put my stop, put my potential first profit target, and just set it, forget it. There's no watching it. There's no stress. Just leave it. Let it do its thing. For day trading, I do a lot of like, okay, is my stop is here. Let's say my stop is at VWAP, but I see the price that keeps pulling up. It might hit my stop, and I might make a decision. Hey, this might be where it bounces from, right? And I'm okay to be a little more flexible and give it a little more room. So it all depends on your trading style, right? Watch this thing turn around on an AMD.
Yeah, AMD is a tough one. It's sort of like look at Nvidia. If you look at a 1 minute chart on Nvidia, you can just see how uncertain it is right now. Now we're on 5 minutes in a row. Look at these tiny little candles, right? The volume is dropping a little bit, but more than the volume, clear indecision in price, right? It's just in this tiny range. Now, it could break out hard, but is it going to break out hard to the top side or the downside? I can't tell you right now. I really have no idea. So the market popped higher in the last 2 minutes. Nvidia didn't follow. So
yeah, semis are doing their own little thing here. AMD actually lower too, trying.
Not to talk weather too much, Carlos, but while I'm waiting for something to move on the market here, this weather has been crazy. Where we've gone from, speaking American, gone from 80s, 90s back down to last night. It was in the 30s. Like, I literally have the air conditioning on one day and then have to turn on during the day and then have to turn on the heat at night. Like it's my wife works in an office building and she's like, it's always uncomfortable because either it's too hot or too cold. Because you know how the HVAC systems, they don't deal well with these rapid change.
Not those massive, not those massive systems. They don't.
Yeah,
don't do well with that.
They really struggle when you get these, fluctuating changes in temperature. So, yeah, it's problematic for sure.
Okay, AMD. I don't trust this drop. Level 2 is telling me different. Not gonna go long, but level 2. Even I'm thinking like, okay, this has a very nice actually VI breakdown pattern, but the level 2 is telling me might not be the move long term, or at least when I say long term, I'm talking about the next 20 minutes. So let's in perspective, right? So I don't know, but if it is gonna go short, if things do change, we got a nice drop all the way down to 435. Like there's no other major levels here. Low of the pre-market is next. You get past the low of the day, which is right over here around 444, 441, 440, 41. So you got a nice drop here if we can get that. So nothing yet here. QBTS for the week. Oh, don't tell me that, man. I missed that. Oh, 24. Oh, man. See, I picked AMD instead of this one. Got on the wrong horse. It took a while to actually get going, but it gave you a nice cushion right out of the gates, which is fine. If you give me a nice cushion, man, I'll wait for you to do whatever you have to do. I don't have a problem with this. But entry would have been here, give you a nice cushion, and just kind of wait around and see. And now you're getting the reward. 24.25 is the high here. So that did very well. InfoQ also doing its thing here, guys. Another one. Not the cleanest setup for a 5-minute RB, but also took off. I know a lot of you guys took this one. And it's Rigetti also going. Rigetti's also doing his thing. All right, we were done watching semis. We're going back to quantum.
Quantum is it? Quantum's the bird. The bird is the word.
That's it, man. Microsoft going lower after pop in the pre-market. Now heading into the red, back where it came from. What else? NBIS, InfoQ. I don't have anything else, guys. Let me know if you guys see something. I don't have anything here that I like. I entered just above the VWAP with a stop at 22. Now I'm hitting 6 Rs. Oh, it's amazing, man. Wow. And you're talking about QBTS, I assume, right? Yes, 22 here. Yeah, yeah.
QBTS.
Good job,
Let's
man.
see,
Good, good, good.
QBTS. Whoa. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Damn, that was weird.
Well,
That was weird. My chart was saying that QBTS had been halted for like 20 minutes, but then it snapped in and brought me the
snap.
candles.
Yeah,
That's
loaded
weird.
up.
That was very strange. All right.
Yeah,
Back to
QBTS. Should have kept
NVIDIA.
watching that.
NVIDIA, yeah, that drop of previous day close, I guess that would have been the bet. I just couldn't do it.
AMD might be giving in here because now we're starting to see more orders to the downside, less to the upside. It might be bending the knee. I don't think AMD wanted to go lower, but has no choice. There's the drop. Now you got tons of orders at 430. I mean, that's far out still, but you can see giving into the weak side. Yeah, Walmart was good too. Nice 1 minute engulfing here at the start. 5 minute was okay, and look at the drop. So very, very weak today. Down 7.6. That's why I added to my list. Usually when they have earnings, or was it earnings for them? Earnings for any major news.
Walmart, yes.
Walmart.
Yeah.
They can trade well. They can trade very, very well. And at this price tag, because before they were a lot higher and they were tough to trade, but now at this price tag, they're very nice. This 127. QBTS, Walmart, AMD. I got nothing. Nothing setting up. So
I got nothing either. I haven't even taken a trade yet. Here I was all ready to trade like a madman, but you know, only if I found the trades I liked, and I haven't. Walmart is, you know, dropping, but Walmart and I don't get along. Maybe I should have given it another shot. Give it another chance.
Oh man, an employee at Walmart got shot today here in San Diego. That's horrible. Hopefully they're okay.
You know, I hate to say it, but I bet you that happens relatively often, doesn't it? Walmart, you know, they operate in areas where with angry people.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yes.
But that's gotta suck. You know, you're working at Walmart. It's not like you're getting paid the big bucks here to put yourself at risk, you know? So.
Yeah. It's messed up. Let's see here. People need their Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts, I had Pop-Tarts before. They're too sweet.
Oh,
they're weird.
I used to love those. Oh yeah, they're super sweet.
I was like a kid, now I had one recently, like it was like a couple of months ago. And I was like, damn, I ate this thing. I ate 2 of them in a pack.
Yeah.
My goodness. Yeah. In the morning, like, what am I doing?
When you're a kid, man, you will like,
doesn't matter.
You will Scarface a bag of sugar, right? Like it's cocaine, man. You just like go right in there face first, and it's fine. But yeah, as you get older, you're like, what the heck is wrong with me?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it did feel like that. Like pure sugar. All right, AMD not doing anything. Walmart trading very well to the downside. QBTS found a new high, 2430. Not done, just wrapping itself around that 9 moving average, that 9 EMA. Look at that, it's just beautiful. And making a new high again right now, so that's good. That's trading well. If you're in this, guys, you are just riding the wave, man. That is good. That is good. Nvidia. Here we go. Nvidia changing things around above the VWAP.
Change direction here on Nvidia. Back green again.
Let's see if our VWAP plays in action. We're going to look at our Atlas as well.
The Andrew indicator. Andrew just went long on Nvidia. So
that's his play. That's his play. Yeah. His play is right at that VWAP. I'll show you guys here. You can get access to this at head over to bearwithtraders.com. You can join the chat room and see Andrew, Brian trade live as they do their thing. So here it is. He's long right on there at that VWAP. I'm going to wait for the VWAP breakout strategy that I like, but he's in. He's in nice and early. So Um, SPY's been playing nice, but stocks have not been reacting to the way the overall SPY's been moving. At least AMD has not. AMD's just stuck. Look for that to get above the VWAP too if it wants to fall in line. All right, so here it is. Here's the pullback on Nvidia. Let's see if we get our entry signal, which is again the push up, the pullback, and the confirmation candle. This is where I'm gonna go long, right there. And I want to see how Atlas looks on that as well. It does look bullish. No, I think he does get in with confirmation because his entry is based on the breakout. So there's a couple of ways to do that, right? You can wait for the breakout and confirmation I'm doing now, or you can get in right on the breakout. But his confirmation is based on other indicators. You know, his confirmation might be based on the level 2, the way it looks, and the volume after that candle is closed, right? So his confirmation is just a little bit different. All right, don't get fancy on us, Nvidia. Let's see. Okay, we're going long Nvidia. Here it is. Okay, level 2 looks great. Let's see if we can get the break. This level is going to be a problem. Stop, guys, just below VWAP as usual. 223.33 is our stop. So we don't want it coming near the VWAP because we got a lot here. We got the previous day close. We got the VWAP. It's a great place to actually go long. So there's a lot happening here. Let's see if we can get 225.11. Or just above this level. What is this? Like a high and low of someday? This 225.50. This is the highs from 2 days ago. So we're just battling with that there. Level 2 still looks very bullish. So I'm hoping that we can get the momentum going here. Come on, push through. See if we can get the move, guys. SPY. Do not turn around. Hold the line.
Hold the line.
Nvidia wants to go like 225. There's a bunch of orders up there. Let's see if we can get that. 225, 65,000 shares up there on Nvidia. We're trying to break that 225. Let's see if we can do it. We're struggling. We're struggling. It's taking too long.
Yeah.
Like this happened quickly. Boom, boom, boom. What's the hesitation? Yeah, if the SPY can make a new high, hopefully that can help the momentum. But it's taking way too long to break above that 225. You can do it. Here it is. One more shot. And we need some elevator music while we wait. No cigar. The battle here is real, guys. The battle here is real. And I don't like the downside. And SPY selling off too.
Yeah, it's tough this morning here.
Oh, no,
Carlos.
no. I don't like that. You get out here almost at break even. I think I am. Yeah, we might not wait for a stop on this one. Let's see. Okay, SPY getting some legs. All right, maybe still alive. Maybe still alive. Let's see what it does.
Maybe.
Quantum was the play today, guys. Look at this. Look at this. QBTS, man, hitting 24.75. This was the play today. I got on the wrong horse this morning.
Yeah, the QUBT went up too. I didn't like the way it did it, so. But I'm very particular. And look at Nvidia breaking back down here. Yeah.
I'm out of it. Should have got out early. I was thinking about getting out early. I should have got out early. When the minute the SPY turned around like that, I'm like, that's it. That's not gonna hold. Yep. But we're out right at our stop, guys. 0 for 2 today, so not not the greatest start to the day. And both on AMD and Nvidia. Just again,
Andrew's
not
adding. Andrew stayed in it and is adding
yeah.
into his trade. I
Yeah, I
don't know.
don't know, man. I don't know. I think so, but I don't know. I don't know. Not convinced, man. Not convinced. The level 2 looks great. Like the level 2 both on AMD and Nvidia says, hey, we're going long, but these stocks are acting funny, man. I don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on.
You're funny too. Everybody's funny.
Yeah. Now Andrew's trade. Now here's where Andrew does best, right? On his trade. His setup is here. So his entry here, he's still his stop is down here. He's still in the green. Like he's still good there, right? So one of the benefits of getting in so early is that your entry is so good, you can survive all of this with no problem. Comes back down here. That's a great ad. It's a great ad because you're still right at your area. So
Now,
that's
you're
awesome.
right. That
Man.
would be his
Yeah.
normal trade, but he got in a
Yeah.
little bit later. He actually got in
He
above
did?
VWAP on this one. He waited and got in above VWAP. So
Yeah, but a little bit more than above
but a
VWAP.
little better than your entry.
Yeah.
But still above VWAP. So he did go red on it when it spiked down there.
Yeah.
And then added in again at about the same level. So it's oh no, he's already had it in at VWAP. So he added in at a better price.
Yeah.
His average down actually.
I don't know, man. It's
Yeah.
bullish. It's
I don't
bullish.
either.
Like it's bullish. Everything is showing there, but I think just SPY is just messing, man. It's all what this guy wants to do. Whatever this guy does, that's what Nvidia is gonna do. Now it's probably gonna play out nice. Look at that. It's gonna go. Nvidia should go. If the SPY stays good, Nvidia stays good.
I don't know, the SPY's hitting a double top area here.
225. There's the break. It's gonna happen. Come on, Nvidia, you could do it.
You can do it.
You can do it. There it is. Now it's gonna go. If it doesn't go now, I'm gonna give you a garbage truck, Nvidia. You gotta go now. I mean, this is perfect setup. Like, there it is. Everything is set. 225. Yeah, well done, guys. If you took Rigetti, QBTS, you guys did awesome today. That was the play, and I had it on my list and just didn't execute that trade. And I'm not upset, but I'm upset because I was looking at it and I called them like, okay, it's a 5-minute RB here, but then I went to play around with AMD. It's a garbage, and that messed us up. Nvidia, you are
play around with AMD.
You are such a mess. Okay, here we go again. We're ratcheting it up here to let it explode. 3, 2, 1. Go. Go. It's just not doing it. Those are the worst when you're something on your list and you don't do anything with them, Carlos. Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. That's it happens. It happens, and it happens a lot, but not often do I say, okay, good 5-minute RB. I have my entry, my everything ready, and then something else catches my attention and doesn't work out. That kind of sucks. You giving you a garbage truck Nvidia. You go under the view app, you're gonna get the biggest garbage truck there is. Just brutal. There was no reason for it not to go there. Like it had everything going.
You had everything going for you, Nvidia. There you go. He's driving the truck on fire. Park it.
Yeah.
Park it in the middle of the exchange. Think about it. Where's our truck?
Yeah, you gotta send me that one. Somehow I lost that one. I gotta put it in the.
You don't have that one?
No, I don't have.
my
You
goodness.
sent it to me before. I
I
gotta send it
did,
loaded
yeah.
up. Yeah, I gotta load that one
All
up.
right. All right, hold on. I got
Good
it right here.
stuff. Good stuff.
I got it right here.
All right, friends, we're sitting at 331 likes. Nobody wants a membership to BBT. You guys don't want a free giveaway? What's going on? It's 170 people don't want people to give a free giveaway. Why are you grumpy? Let's have a psychology session. Why are you grumpy? Why have you not? Let's have this conversation since my trading
go,
sucks
Carlos.
today. Look at Nvidia. Look at this thing. Why? Why are you doing that? Oh, the spy. Why don't you hit the thumbs up? You forget? You really don't like us, but you want to watch what's happening? Or you're running the treadmill and you just can't stop to hit the button? Like, give us a reason why you don't hit the like button. We have 1,000 people watching. I'm gonna say like probably 300 are left it on and went to do something else and forgot to come back. That happens. I do that on some
Sure.
streams.
Sure.
But what happens? And no judgment, guys. No judgments. No judgment. Just did my nails.
I feel like
There we go. You
I feel
see,
like you're- I
Nathan
feel like
just
you're
did his
judging a
nails.
little bit.
No. I just want to understand. I like to understand. I'm curious. But no judgment. I just want to understand. Just did my. If you did your nails, I get that. If you're driving, I get that. It's very hard to hit the thumbs up when you're driving because it's so small on the phone, and you really can't look. You should not look down on your phone and hit the thumbs up. Okay, that's the only time we're gonna understand that. Yeah.
I did my nails, Carlos. I did one nail.
You did one nail.
Every time I see myself on the camera when I'm waving my hands around, it like I see because I smashed my finger in between two plates at the gym a couple of weeks ago, and then it all bled underneath it under the nail.
Gets really black, yeah.
It gets really black, right? And it just looks, especially it's actually because of you guys, because in the camera, because I talk with my hands and I'm waving my hands all over the place. And I kept seeing that black nail. So I asked my wife, like, do you have any like skin tone? Now, this was sort of funny. I said, do you have any skin tone nail polish? And she's like, well, I've got my skin tone. You mean your skin tone? And I'm like, right. Well, that's what I'm really asking. My skin tone. Totally different shade there. she's a wee bit darker than me. So, but yeah, so from a distance, you can't really tell. Look, my nails look okay.
Yeah,
they look okay. They just look like
which one is it?
nails,
Is it your index on your right hand?
But you can tell one. It's a little discolored.
It's a little darker. Yeah, you can see there's something happening there.
But yeah, when I'm waving it around, it doesn't look as obvious.
Yeah,
because it's otherwise it's just black and it looks weird. So
yeah,
I've got nail polish on one nail. Just things you do for fame.
Look at this. We got
now Nvidia's dropping.
Just insane here.
I'm sort of glad I didn't. I mean, I could have taken this short. It would have been, I don't know. It's not my type of trade, really. Yeah. But maybe I should expand my horizons. Would
I take Nvidia VWAP breakdown? No, I wouldn't take it. I would have not taken this one, even though it did one like that. I mean, signal's been so bullish. So yeah, it did break down here because the SPY is just collapsing for some reason from the highs. But I would have not taken this trade for the breakdown. Maybe a scalp, like a quick scalp, yeah. But no, I would have not taken that setup. Some people say they're eating. The boom was cooking. Okay, see that there's people are being productive as they watch the show. Yeah, so people are being productive. So I get it. 100%. Good. See, no judgment. This is all good, positive stuff. So awesome.
Okay.
All right.
There you go. Makes you feel better. Makes you feel like you're not being ignored, right? People are doing stuff.
They're doing stuff, yeah.
Well, now that you've heard us and you come back and typed your answer to what you're doing, I hope you hit the like button while you were doing that, just while you were here, right?
Well, that's true. If you got on the keyboard and typed, just
and you still haven't hit the like button. Now I'm feeling ignored.
Thumbs up. So There it is. Nvidia back to the low of the pre-market, now towards the low of the day. What a short, man. This is just, wow. The weakness. Look at that. Just continues. And I don't have anything in place, so no setups for me at the moment. Microsoft lower. How's Walmart? I'm sure Walmart probably. Oh, Walmart actually did get a bounce here, so Walmart is bouncing a little bit. AMD trying to get towards the low of the pre-market as well. All right, 0 for 2 today on AMD and Nvidia. So very light trading week for me, man. We had a no trade day. We had a great day yesterday, but only on
finally
on one trade. So this week we only trade like 5-6 times, 6 trades. Very light.
I haven't had that many either. I got one at the open on Tuesday, nothing on the open Monday or Wednesday. A couple of trades later in the day.
But the ones we're getting are good. That's the thing. The ones we're getting are running, and that's what you need. You know, if you're getting less trades during this week, that's okay. But you're getting those that are actually running. Man, this short is just falling apart.
You know, it really sold off ever since the opening bell. Microsoft, just
out of the gates. It did that pre-market high, right? Had that pre-market high there, and since then, it's just down. You know,
Kyle Taylor, you can watch a 6-pack of Schlitz and watch the Daily Show or Tonight Show or the Late Show, whatever the hell that thing's called.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, let's see who's been trading better than I have at least this morning. Let's go over to some of the trades we got from our community, our members and moderators. John with his high of the day. Look at that. SNDK took it long here. This is break-even point, partial. 30% of positions still left on Sandus. So hopefully this drop is not messing his plans up there. But yeah, nice trade on the high of the day. Eamon on Nvidia, nice engulfing 1 minute. Took it long here, partial. Very nice. And then he also took QBTS, another. I don't want to say engulfing, but 1 minute breakout. One added here, and partial into strength. This was a great trade. He still should be in this all the way to 24. This went to 24.78. And if you got an entry so good here, you're not really coming. It never came back down to test your entry at all. So I'm sure we have a picture of him. We'll get more of that at 11 a.m. today when he comes on. Here's Mike. MES, Mike Long here. He did mention this earlier. Look at that. Consolidation went long, partial, or got out. I'm not sure how he trades, if he takes partials on these the way he does with his normal trades. But either way, he's got some off at 70, just before 74.30 on his MES trades there. Here's Samer, one of our members in the community. Very interesting trade here. So must have something in the level 2 or some data showing, hey, we're going higher. Engulfs there, and then partials at 225-ish on Nvidia. Another member of the community, Lana, she or he, I'm not sure. This name can go both ways. VI breakout, and there it goes up to 59 almost. That's a big time trade, guys. 56 got 59. No partials, just I guess he's risking one and getting her target. Awesome. Good stuff there. Great work. And that covers our trades for this morning in our chat room, guys. Our members and moderators just crushing it. Doing very, very well. So awesome. All right. That's that. And let's see what else we got going. What else, friends? I'm hungry today. That's weird.
You're
I'm usually
hungry?
not hungry this. Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
well.
We're gonna have to do something nice. All right, friends. What else? What you guys did today? MU. Is SanDisk still going? SanDisk. John had an awesome trade here on SanDisk. He was in early, so he probably could have survived. Probably out by now with that drop like that in the market. But there's SanDisk do some stuff. IBM was in play today, so that also moving better than usual, but not our style, but better than usual for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. PLTR. Ooh. Wow, that's not pretty. Sorry. That's kind of scary.
That is that's the appropriate response to looking at that chart.
Oh man, that doesn't look great. PLTR is one of the few tickers that can trade just incredible. Like we love PLTR. They get the volume, they trade well, and there are days they do this, and this is just ugly. I mean, this is pretty bad right now. Wrapping itself around the VWAP and the previous day close, green, red, and not doing much. But we can come back here 2 hours, and it could be just a beautiful breakout, right? It can play the field very well. Right now, it's playing the choppy area this morning. So
you're doing this, aren't you? Look, if you got my screen there.
Oh, let me see here. That's exactly what Carlos, I pulled up and said, ugh.
He's pulled up. He pulled up with the truck. He's like, come on, man. Load her in the back. PLTR. Come on.
Yeah,
put her all
pretty
in.
Bad.
Yeah.
That is pretty bad. So there it is on PLTR, friends. NBIS is one that I do like. Also moved higher. Price actually could be a little tough on this one, so be careful. Wow, Nvidia did have a very aggressive drop here, guys. That.
Yeah, the market's finally moving down here. Yeah. Nvidia could have been a short. It was tough. It was so choppy, and then you and Andrew both trading it, and
and we're both long, and level 2 was very bullish. Like all the signals. I was actually surprised it actually went down. I'm like, I thought the breakout was after it came back up here. I'm like, all right, it's gonna break out now. SPY was also sitting at that at the higher side. Level 2 looks great. I mean, it had the signals ready to go, but again, the market had other plans, and I just didn't watch it. I don't know if I would have taken this short, right? 'Cause to me, even as it was dropping here, it still looked bullish, like as far as level 2 and everything else. So.
Right. And why would you not expect it to sort of bounce the way it did the previous time it did that, half an hour earlier? So
exactly, yeah. So it's a tough one. A tough one to take.
Spot? That's not a
Spotify?
Yeah.
Great app. Great music.
Popping up right now.
But it's a tough trader. What's the news? This looks almost news related because they barely move. They barely get volume. What's going on with the spot news?
What are they?
Let's see. Checking out what has broken out here.
I don't see any. Don't see any immediate news on it. Definitely looks like a news pop. Look at the volume. The volume ramped up, and let's see. They did make an announcement. They did have a press release and said that they're on because they're doing their investor live stream. I see what's going on. So their CEO said that they're seeing increase in daily usage for Spotify. So
they got a lot of crap for their logo, which does look like crap. I mean, this logo, I don't know whose idea this was.
You don't like that logo?
I like the disco idea. On the app itself,
the disco, the new one. Yeah, I know.
It looks like crap.
It
looks
Spotify,
horrible.
I only use it when I run, but this, that thing is weird. I gotta admit, like the simple. I like the simple old one. It was identifiable. You knew what it was, but this green disco ball thing.
And they're gonna go back. So they are gonna go back to the older one. This is just now to celebrate whatever but they're not changing the logo. They're gonna keep the other one, but this app logo looks brutal. This is horrible.
Yeah, Tesla dropped here. It's bouncing right now. Wow, Tesla was hindsight. There's some good drops here too.
Dito, yeah, that's exactly what people thought. Everybody thought when they first woke up that morning and they saw this logo, they thought something, just like you, they thought something was wrong with the app because it does not look like this, right? This looks actually nice. In the app, it does not look like this. So whoever did the development of this forgot to actually put it in the app and see how does it actually look. Doesn't look like
this. How does
this.
it look
looks,
when you only have like 144 pixels to work with?
This small. It looks very bad. Here it looks great. Like here it looks great. It looks horrible. Yeah, it looks weird.
I couldn't even figure out what it was. Like what I didn't even know it was a disco ball, to be honest, until you just brought it up. I just knew it was like supposed to be a shiny thing.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so Nvidia's moving sideways here. It looks like it wasn't going to fall that far, but it did fall here. This is my goodness, not as good as I wanted. You asked us to take a look at Tesla. I'm looking at Tesla at the level 2. It looks bearish to me. Orders down to 410.
Wow, Spotify going, man. Who cares about their logo? They're rocking. You're rocking.
Well, Spotify's got the volume, got the movement right now. Low volume though, right? It still hasn't even traded 1 million shares today, so that's it's tougher to trade. There's my 10:30 alarm. Is Andrew? I'm looking at Andrew in the chat room. Is he wearing any pants?
I don't want to look, and I don't want to know.
He's got,
now that you mentioned, I don't want to look.
I don't know if he's listening to me. I'm not sure if he's
I
listening
don't think
to me.
he is.
Every once in a while, he's gotten up and he's gone to do something. He's got to be wearing pants, right? Because he went to the office.
I would think so. There's people there by now.
Yeah, like I didn't think either that or like it sort of looks like he's wandering around in some boxers. So that's why I was wondering if he's wearing shorts or. Anyways, I guess it doesn't matter. Does it matter?
You're the boss.
No pants.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Pantless trading is the way to roll. All right. Well,
no pants, shorts.
No, I'll do. Do you? I like who? Like, what do we care? I mean, I don't care what you wear when you're trading. I just maybe you just don't need to see it. You know. I mean, Mike might not be wearing any pants for all we know. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
For that matter, there might not be a pair of pants between the three of us on the screen. You have no idea.
I can't even get my leg up high enough to show you. So we're good.
Right. You'll never know.
You'll
never know.
You'll never know.
Candy says,
all
sorry, but I'll look.
Shirts and whatever we want to promote that day.
Yeah.
So Carlos was talking about how great Florida was, so I had to go get my Port St. Lucie shirt that my wife bought me.
There you go.
There we go. Nice.
TMI.
Nice.
Bim Paris. See, some people are excited about the pant conversation. Bim Paris is like TMI. Let's talk trading. I don't care about your
TMI
wardrobe.
didn't come out.
There it is.
All right.
There it is.
All right. Well, anyways, Mike, did you end up getting any trades? It wasn't that easy of a day today.
No, so I took 2.5 trades. You know what a half a trade is?
No, you're still in it.
How's a half a trade? No, it's a trade that you didn't realize that you got in, and it just did its thing. Yeah, that's what I did. But the first trade I took today was actually on Tesla. So let me pull up Tesla.
Screen up here.
I love Candy. You make me think of my my wife. She's always telling me how funny she is. So. And I keep telling her, if you have to keep telling me how funny you are.
Yeah. So we had a great psychology webinar yesterday on when to identify your triggers, right? And what sets you off to like go crazy in the market. cursing at the screen, and then you start to overtrade and so forth and so on. And I told everybody, hey, one of the things that gets me is when I'm looking at a trade and I go for it and I fail miserably to get into it for whatever reason, right? So I think because I talked about that, I just had to do that today. That's what ended up today on Tesla. So as I'm trying to get into Tesla during this pullback as it goes up, I finally get in, it pops up. I push in an order to sell, right? When it's up here, and I get the DAS fill order, when you put an order in and it doesn't fill and then it just leaves it there, you're like, what? And
the
then it
empty
drops
triangle.
down.
The empty triangle,
Yeah,
right?
and you're just like, what is going on? So I'm trying to get out of it, trying to get out, pushing all kinds of different buttons. Finally ended up getting out of this. So, But I think during that whole process, I put in another limit order because when I realized, hey, I'm just mad at this, I took Tesla off the screen and I started looking at the MES for a trade. But then I came back and I looked and I have this entry and I have this stop. And I'm like, I bet you I put in an order that got triggered and then calculated the stop and put the stop in automatically, and just so that was unfortunate. But hey, what do? You relax, you stay calm, and then you put on a very nice MES trade in the futures, right? Off this low that you get a nice 10-point pop out of it. So cannot complain about that trade at all. So even though I had to sit through a pullback, but I was okay with it. So that was my day of trading. And right now I don't know what else we're gonna do. The market is really choppy and rangy, right? I mean, we've had a lot of news come out, I guess. Couple times the market's reacted to it, but yeah, it's been rough.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
it's
keep
not been
going.
easy.
Yeah, like look at this whole beginning. It's just up and down, up and down. We finally got news because this was that 9:49 news that came. It kind of came back, ran up, and then we went right back down. I think this was something to do with Iran. I heard Benzinga call out Iran, and then it got jobbled. I couldn't hear. I had too many. I had Brian talking, one of you two were talking, and Benzinga's talking. I couldn't. My mind was like too many voices.
What are you,
Can't
like
understand
air
anybody.
traffic control over there, man? Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot of
like,
inputs.
That's a lot
man.
of inputs.
But I do think this drop that we had that caused this was something to do with Iran in this strait. So I was, until that drop, actually looking for a 30-minute ORB long, because I mean the daily's still in an uptrend. We're in a basically pre-market was neutral and range bound overnight. Spotify keeps hitting the news. And then we got a breakout. So it's kind of a so-so setup on this ORB. But now that you basically have a candle that engulfed everything, I'm not sure if I'm going to take anything, but we'll see. What was the initial breakout news on Spotify? I took a break and then I saw you all had Spotify up.
Yeah, I think Peter had mentioned they have their an event happening right now. He mentioned it earlier. I think it's for their anniversary event or something, Peter.
They have their I can't remember what it was called. Hold on, I've got it here still somewhere.
So they're having an event. That's why the CEO's
They're having an
talking
event.
then.
Yeah, their CEO's talking at their shareholder event
Okay.
or their something event. Anyways, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested. I know you all didn't cover it in the pre-market today, but I saw some news yesterday on CNBC where people are speculating now that SpaceX and Tesla are going to merge. And I know yesterday we were talking about why is Tesla kind of running up, and then this morning it gapped up. And yeah, they're talking about they're speculating, right? Analysts, your favorite people in the world, Peter.
I love analysts. Yeah.
You love analysts.
Yeah.
Thinking that they are going to merge after it's sometime in 2027 after the IPO, because Tesla owns shares in SpaceX already. Tesla pays Musk's salary. So I think that it might be another one of those kind of consolidation things. And you have Tesla that are doing the data. What's that big Terra farm that they're opening up or whatever? So
it would make a certain amount of sense for a publicly traded company, because then you get to offset revenues, right? So if Tesla's not doing so well in a quarter, it has lesser of an impact overall, because you could pick it up with what they're calling their, what do they call it? Their it's not their communications business, connectivity. Their connectivity business, which is what they're calling basically their satellites. The Starlink, thank you. So, so right now the new company's got 3 divisions, right? They've got their space division, they've got their connectivity division, and then they've got their AI division. And it would make sense if you maybe added an automotive division, because then, like you said, you can more actively trade technologies between them and dilute, or offset anyways, R&D expenses and profit margins. Anyways, I hadn't thought about that, Mike, but it would make a certain amount of sense. It might be unfortunate for us as traders, because it might make the stock a little less tradable depending on what they do with it, but that would be a big merger to try and do after. Like, why go public? And then I guess because then you get the double valuation, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, that's
so
interesting.
They're thinking about it in like 2027. So it's interesting. So we'll see. But yeah, I told my son yesterday, I said, you're going to make some smart financial decisions. I know you are. You're not allowed to ever put me in a assisted living home. You will buy me a house and pay for a 365-day nurse to take care of me if you don't want to deal with me. But you're not putting me in a home. You are not doing that. You understand? You just started laughing. I don't know. I guess it's me, because my grandfather, right? He was there, and they have all these rules, and the rules pissed them off. And then that's basically when my grandfather said, okay, fine, I'm done. I'm not going to live anymore, and kind of gave up, And I remember that.
I don't think he said that. No,
they took his beer away.
Oh, no, that pissed me off.
He was allowed to have 1 beer a day. And then when somebody tried to steal his food, he yelled or did something. They're like, well, you're not allowed beer anymore. And then 3 weeks later, he passed away.
That lady killed him. She should be arrested. Like, you don't take a man's beer. Like, no, that's
but the home's the one's like, you don't get beer anymore. And so I was thinking about it, and to me, right? Yeah. I lived 23 years under people telling me what I can do, what I should do, asking for permission to go see this, go see that, go do blah, 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 right? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. You're not putting me in a home with rules that are telling me when I have to get up, when I have to do. You're gonna give me a nurse that's gonna do what I ask her to do. Now, is she gonna force me to do things like take pills and all that? Sure, I'm sure she will. But I am not going to a home, and I told my son that. I said, so when you start selling your shares of SpaceX, you just better create a take care of dad account somewhere.
Hey, create a fund for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, otherwise I will take everything into the ground with me. I promise you. You will get nothing. Your sister will get it all. So that's my interesting story from yesterday. So I
Love it.
my anticipation, I think they're going to open up SpaceX around somewhere in the $100 range. I think is where it's going to IPO at. I think that's what they're going to target.
Well, we'll see. I mean, that would make sense because that would, that's obviously the most active price range.
Yeah.
Generally.
That's my estimate. Now, I got 20, what is it? I picked 28, and the earliest they can IPO is June 12th. So what's that? 12, 3? I got 26 days. No, 16 days. I can't do math in public. See, this is why we have calculators, Carlos.
There you go. Get a calculator out.
16 days. I need them to hold off on
boy.
IPOing for 16 days.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on Amazon. I'm gonna buy a calculator today. I need one. I want to start mathing with you guys. I feel left out now. Everybody's doing math.
Feel left out?
Just Carlos, just go into the search function and type calculator on your computer.
I want to be a serious. I want to be a serious mathematician. That's a fake calculator. I want to Peter has, like a real
calculator,
textile.
And when
button.
you type,
the
like
best
one's
old
the one
school
like
boys?
oh no.
I haven't seen that since like high school, so I'm gonna buy one of those.
It's a little overrated. I don't know even where I don't even know where I got this from. It was just sitting in my office, and it's sat here. I have to admit, I go to it because it's more convenient than like calling up an app. Or I mean, there's one on my computer, there's one on my phone. I got calculators all over the place, but sometimes you want to hit the buttons, right?
I guess how
about the one that when you do the typing, it prints on paper?
A little paper, yeah, with a little roll of paper on the top. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that. I like that. With a little printer.
Yeah.
That's
go
old
back
school
and see.
right there.
I'm gonna pick one up. I'm ordered today. I'm going today. I feel
go
so
for
left
that.
out.
You do it. Do it,
I'm gonna
Carlos.
start
We'll get you to calculate things.
What?
Everything.
Hey,
send it over.
Amazon may come haunt me down, but watch your Amazon taxes when you order something. Because my wife went to order something yesterday, and the tax on it was 15%. And she's like, this isn't right.
Yeah.
So she
China?
called Amazon.
Where's it coming from?
She called Amazon and was like, look at this. And the first person that she talked to wasn't helpful. She's like, I want to speak to the supervisor. This is not the way it should be. So she talked to the supervisor, and the supervisor's like, holy cow, you're right. What is this? We have no idea what's going on. So they overcharged on taxes. So be careful.
Was this supposed to be state taxes or what?
No, like when you deliver, you get some. So it's state taxes that they collect. So wherever you deliver it to is how they calculate your tax. Well, when we get stuff delivered here, it's like 8.48%, right? Like it's 8.4, but my wife's like, I'm delivering to the same address. Why am I getting taxed 15% on this? What is this? So I told her it was probably they were adding tariffs or something onto it. But yeah, the Amazon guy was like, we have no idea. You here, order that right now so that I can see your order, and then I'm going to put in a ticket to refund you the taxes. And I'm elevating this to our department to say, what the hell's going on? Because initially, right? What's the response? You're full of crap. You're trying to make money back, right? But so I foresee a lawsuit coming for Amazon. Class action lawsuit against Amazon for overcharging for taxes.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, look at.
You know, speaking of class action lawsuits, I got a payment of $49.16 this past weekend for the great the Canadian bread conspiracy. It actually came into my bank account with the bread settlement. So,
I'm sorry. Wait, what? What?
yeah, see, that sounds crazy, doesn't it? So apparently, for a decade, the grocery stores were overcharging for bread, and they got taken to court, and they lost, and they had to pay like I don't know, several $100 million settlement to the people of Canada, and all I had to do is go to a website, and basically you put your name in, and you say, yes, I bought bread. Which who hasn't bought bread? I swear to God.
That's true. Yeah,
my kids did it. I did it. My wife did it. We all went in and said, yes, I bought bread. I got paid $49.16 a few months later. So there you go.
Wow.
Nice.
It's only like one bread provider in Canada? Or it's like, what's going on? Like,
well, there's only a couple of big grocery store chains. And yeah, they were colluding to artificially keep the price of bread high, apparently. So
okay.
There you go. So if you're Canadian, it's too.
How do you
The
mess with
bread
the bread?
cartel.
The bread cartel, man.
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about drugs. I don't got to worry about the bread prices. My goodness.
Yeah.
Shame on them.
I'm telling you, I don't know. Like, weird things happen out there in the world. I heard about this settlement, so I went to the website. I put in my name. I'm like, what have I got to lose? Apparently not much, because I got paid $49.16. So there you go.
Now you're getting $49.60 for a bread conspiracy, or not conspiracy, but a bread situation. I'm getting $4 for Apple spying on me for eavesdropping for the last like 10 years. I'm only getting like $40. No, I'm getting 40. Like it's like $45. I thought it was 75, but they said no, it's $40. So I guess a lot of people put it in. So look at that, man.
Yeah,
eavesdropping costs less. What the heck?
$49.11. So
good for you, man.
And you guys think this is crazy, but here, let me just I'm gonna put this in here just so you know. Sometimes I feel like people think I'm making all this stuff up. Welcome to Canada. It's things happen.
It did catch me off guard when I heard this.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh,
see,
man.
look, here's the email.
That's good.
To me. See, look, there you go. Canadian bread settlement. $49.11. So I lied about the amount there. Funds deposited. It was an automatic email. I got Friday
It's
afternoon.
crazy.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey man.
You know?
Hey.
Messing with the breads is unbelievable.
Get paid.
I tell you.
There you go.
It said, and the message details says, we are sending you payment in the Canadian packaged bread class action settlement. This represents my share of the Loblaw Weston packaged bread settlement, calculated in accordance with the applicable court order. Blah, 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 blah.
Like that.
So there you go.
Speaking of
calculated. Yeah.
Calculate.
Speaking
Speaking of calculators,
calculator.
what is this? Was this a thing? I mean, I guess it was.
Abacus? Oh yeah,
That's an abacus.
Look at that.
Old school. I admit I do not have an abacus in the house. I know there was speculation that I have an abacus. I do not.
I hope not.
But that's not an unreasonable speculation. I'll grant you that. I don't have one.
That's true.
I guess it's pretty intense here in the 1800s. So you can see that. But yeah, we'll see how this timeline looks later in the future. 5 years from now.
Oh, Carlos, you need to get yourself a computometer. Get one of that. That was awesome.
Oh boy.
What the heck? This is like the history of calculators? What is
the history and evolution of calculators.
Evolution of calculators. Okay.
Yeah. And then now we're starting to get into our area here, 1960s. Let's see, 1980s.
You know what you need to do? You need to go find yourself a quantum calculator so you can be ahead of the game. Get a quantum calculator. Now, it'll only be accurate like 1 out of 5 times, but it'll give you an answer.
At first, Peter, remember.
Well, yeah.
Five. People make fun of ChatGPT now. 5 years from now, ChatGPT is going to be as accurate as anything else out there. I'm telling you, it's people make fun of AI, but it's gonna be. I remember these slide outs in school. This I remember. The ones that slide in like that with the cover.
Yeah, the Texas, the TI-81. That was like mandatory in our schools.
Oh,
only calculator you were allowed to bring to your SATs.
Yeah. Those I remember.
Graphing calculator, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it looks like a pretty range day, doesn't it, today?
No. I thought I had one.
So Peter, I noticed you didn't know what M6 meant, right?
Oh,
on the ticker.
No idea.
So M is the month code, which means June, and 6 is the year, 2026, that this contract expires. So June 2026, this will go away, and then we go to September.
Why is M the code for June? Shouldn't it be F, being the 6th letter of the alphabet in the 6 months?
No, because they come up with crazy codes, right? So you can here. Let me pull up the futures codes contract months. There we go. And see, there's no rhyme or reason to them, right? You look at this. January's F, G H J K M N Q U V X Z. No rhyme or reason, just random letters assigned. So as we get closer to June, volume will kind of start to drop off of the M6 and start to pile into the September one because they're quarter contracts.
Oh, I see. So you'll go from M to U. I guess.
We'll go M to U6.
Okay. Well, at least they're, at the very least, they're roughly pseudo-random month codes are sequential. Like, at least they, they follow down the alphabet. Because that would be confusing if you went, like, backwards in the alphabet or, just jumped all over the place. But,
so that's why you'll see M6. You're trading the MES. So, like, here, right? In DAS, I can put MES. Whoops, I was on that. Yeah, see how the MES changed? But so it's the exact same thing, but when you trade it, right, it's this contract. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. So it's this contract. And each trading platform is different. So they're like DAS uses the pound sign. I think Thinkorswim uses a hashtag, or not a hashtag, but a slash for it. So it's all different. So some, right? Because you can technically trade. I'm pretty sure the U is up right now, or at least in Thinkorswim it is. Yeah, see, here's the U contract. It's up, but the volume is just so low that you're not gonna get anything out of it. So, see, learn something new.
Learn something new every day. Wow, look at Nvidia's really just sideways here. It's all distracted with my bread money.
Which means everybody was happy and content with their earnings, but not blown away and not disappointed. That's how I read that. So,
sure.
That is.
I mean, I guess that's roughly the message. Yeah. I mean, they think that Nvidia is roughly priced appropriately. It's at the right spot.
Google's pushing up. Wow. It's got Google going on today.
All right, let's see.
Wow, look at that. 391.40's got tons of orders. Previously
All right.
closed. Interesting if we can get through this.
All right, let's see. Let's do some. See what's going
That
on
might
here
be-
as far as our likes, friends. What do we have? If you haven't hit the like button, do that. We're gonna do some calculations here. So we're trying to get to 500 likes. We didn't quite get to it. So 500 minus 467. Use my calculator today. There it is. Calculating.
Ah, yes. Instead of mathing in public.
Instead of just doing it, I mean, I knew what it was, but I still want to use a calculator with you guys, so I could be in part of the team here.
Feeling
33. I'm feeling so much smarter by using this already.
You didn't have the satisfying key click though.
I didn't have the satisfying clickness of the tactile texture function feel. Yeah, I didn't have that, but I'm buying one. I'm gonna buy one.
Okay.
There we go. Need 33 more.
Come on, guys. You can do it. I see it coming. It's ticking up there, Carlos. Only 21 more now. I didn't use a calculator for that. Oh, 18 more. Yeah.
Ooh, SPY's getting a little bit
Come
of
on.
a movement. All of a sudden, we're getting a movement off the low. That was a weird sound. I'm not used to hearing things like crawling. Must have been some going out the vent.
Hey guys,
Hey, Eamon.
how are you doing today?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I took 2 trades, QBTS, thanks to Peter and Carlos calling it out, and
Oh.
NVDA. So that was actually a good
Nice.
day.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you
2
had-
trades
you-
ahead of me then.
You did that the QBTS, right?
Yeah, I took QBTS and
Yes.
NVDA, both of these trades today, and both ended
Ah,
up being amazing.
Nice,
Well,
nice man.
You called it out. I did not. It wasn't on my radar. I usually trade stocks that gap up, but
Yeah,
this was clean. This was clean.
Wow.
awesome man.
Yeah, QBTS was the
Awesome.
cleanest of the quantum stocks this morning for sure. So you had the right one. Well, Rigetti wasn't bad. I see. How did I got the watch? Even INQ was good. Oh man, now I'm going through it. I got the
Everything
crap
was
one.
good.
Yeah,
Crap
You
one.
know, Peter, this is one
Yeah.
of these days where there are 20 good stocks. You pick one 19 run, but the one that you pick does nothing.
Yeah.
that's what happened to us today
that was me.
on a lot of our tickers,
man.
unfortunately. That was our
It's happened to me
experience.
as well. I mean, it's part of trading. You never know which one is going to
Oh.
run right.
Yeah, yeah.
Never
do your
know.
Part of
best.
the game.
Literally.
Yep.
And Andrew picks the other 19, yeah. And then Andrew picks the other 19 that all run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? He's always on top of it.
Exactly.
Oh,
All right, friends, we're getting ready to hop out of here. I thought Kyle was joining you here, and you guys were going into the chat room, but I see Kyle's in the chat room, so we'll leave it as is, and we'll figure out what's the plan. But yeah, Eamon, good to see you, man. Glad you had a great day, and we will catch you guys a little bit later. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be in chat, and have a good one, guys. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube.
Yep.
All
Take
right,
care, everybody.
YouTube. How are you doing today, guys? Today was an amazing day, I'd say. A really good day. Both of the trades that I've taken were classic breakout plays, fully sticking to the trade book. I'm honestly, I don't remember when we had such good opportunities. When was the last time we had such good opportunities? It was almost perfect, And let me walk you through the trades that we have taken. So the first trade I have taken for today was on NVDA. And let's go with the daily chart. Start with the daily chart. So if you take a look at the daily chart on NVIDIA, it's a clean ABCD pattern, right? Nice move from A to B, good pullback, holding the level C. Yesterday we had a doji, which is indecisive, but since we had good earnings, since we did not gap or anything, I expected a continuation to the upside. So that was the main thing that I was looking for on the daily chart. Then we go to the 60-minute chart, and the 60 was not ideal, but there was one thing that I liked about it. It's that we are sitting at the low of the range. See, there is a level around here, and there is the second level around here. By the way, we are bouncing now from the second level, which makes Nvidia a good long for a second attempt if you missed the first trade. Anyway, both of these case levels are good for long on Nvidia. And then let's go to the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart gave us a beautiful mini consolidation during the pre-market, followed by this. That was my trigger to play to the long side. We fake broke, we recovered, and we broke the range. And then we had these intraday levels that I ended up using as target. So let's go to the 1-minute chart as well. There is our 1-minute chart. And what setup is this? It just doesn't get any better than this, right? Bullish engulfing crack combined with the 1-minute open range breakout. Good entry. That was my stop loss. That was basically my risk around here. And that was the reward. So Nvidia was the first trade that I've taken, but I took also QBTS along with Nvidia. There it is. QBTS, I did not like the daily chart. I do not love stocks that gap more than the average through range, but I like the 60-minute chart. We had a solid move from A to B. A pullback to the 9-moving average, which is the C, before the continuation, which is the D. As the candlestick on the hourly chart went from red to green, that was my cue to jump in to the long side on it. And you could see how beautiful it looked like on the 5-minute chart. In fact, the time frame that looked the best on it is 15-minute chart. We kept making lower lows and lower highs until the market opened, and you could see my entries here on the 15-minute chart and on the 1-minute chart. So played it initially for a long round here with a stop down here, added, moving my stop loss, and there it is. That was basically it. Rode it all the way to $24 because Atlas had a big order on it up there. So these were two trades. I'm up 13 hours for today. One of the rare days. I'm not always getting these type of days. Usually 4, 5 hours, sometimes 3. I mean, it depends. But this day, 2 winners, big runners, 13 hours. I'm not even sure that I want to take something else, but I'll be here for 2 hours, 1 hour in the on the YouTube, and then 1 hour in the chat room. So I think if something sets up, we can take a look at it and maybe even trade it. Thank you guys. Yeah, this was actually an amazing day. This was amazing. Normally after these type of days, I have red days. We'll see what's going to happen tomorrow. But I already paid for the losing day. Do you think QBTS will go up again and test the high of the day? Look, right here, it's tough. I usually play the initial bounce. Do you see this hourly chart on QBTS? That's what I call the beginning of the move. So we make a move to the upside, we pull back, and I'm trying to catch it as close as possible to the level, as close as possible to the beginning of the move for this run around here. That's it. This is the pop-up that I was looking for. At this stage, it's random. It could continue, it could pull back, and I'm staying away from it. Trading gappers is probably the most difficult thing. So yeah, it's random from this stage. Forget about it, in my opinion. How did you manage to take 2 trades at the same time at 9:31? You have multiple monitors and do you have multiple monitors and multitask? Where one trade was taken by me, one trade was taken by the AI me. I'll be honest. So my trading on my second monitor has only 1-minute charts. This is how my second monitor looks like. I have a monitor with 1-minute chart, another 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 1-minute chart. So it's basically 6 1-minute charts. What do I do during the pre-market? During the pre-market, I go through the daily, 60, 5, 1. Sometimes I analyze the 15-minute chart for extra confirmation, and I pick the best stocks for today. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 6. And I draw blue lines around areas of interest, the levels that I'm watching the stock at. And if I see that the price is approaching the blue line on one of these 6 monitors, I double click on it and it opens on my main monitor. And my main monitor consists of 1515, 30, 60 daily. And if everything still looks good, I'm just double checking, confirming, I hit the trigger to enter. So I cannot miss this. I'm literally watching this part of the screen only. And if something sets up one of these 6 stocks, I'm not going to miss it. I know some people, they have 1, 2, 3 monitors, and on each of these monitors, they have 1515, 1515, 1515. They also have the multiple montages, and then they trade like this. They look left and they look right. And while you're focused around here, you miss the trades that are happening here. While you're focused here, you miss the trades that are happening somewhere around there. I just noticed that I'm not in the center of my monitor. Anyway, so I found that the best way to do it is to put your whole watch list on one single side of your monitor. Does it make sense? This way you're not going to miss anything. You're welcome, Michael. This is your sign from the universe to move your trading setup to the bar near your my Jaker collection. Yeah, basically that's it. You see, for every green trade, drink or take a shot, right? Peter would love that. I know Peter would love that. I mean, this is probably a sign that my backup setup is better than my main setup. What trading station do you like more, guys? The background, my avocados or the bar behind me? Probably the bar behind me lacks some lightnings. That's how Peter thinks. Ben Cole says, I put my watch list on an 8 chart screen. The other screen has market, internals, and the third screen has my swing portfolio. That's interesting, not bad. Whatever you feel comfortable, but for day trading, you really need all your list to be on one monitor. Cooper. Cooper is just taking a walk outside now. So you like the avocados? Yeah, I like the avocados too. INFQ behaved similar to QBTS at the open. Let's see. INFQ. INFQ, right? You're saying, yeah. So yeah, it did behave similar to QBTS. 1 minute open range breakout and amazing run. So whatever you picked, INFQ, QBTS, it doesn't really matter. All of them looked good. Can you review the opinion range breakout of AAOI? Let's see. Opinion range breakout of AOI and APL. First of all, this was amazing pickup. Did you trade it? This was a perfect pick. At the low of the 60-minute range. Same thing, bearish, engulfing, crack. This would have been the entry. 934 should have been your entry. Now, guys, tell me this. If you get your entry at 934, where would be the technical stop loss? Since we're playing it within a range, if you play it at 934, which is here. You probably want to put your stop loss at the low of the range. The moment the price breaks this range, which is here, you can add and you can move the stop loss somewhere within the range. That's the best way to trade the AAOI. But this was a perfect pick, to be fair. Well done. I love it so much. Good job. I mean, why is the market reacting negatively to positive earnings? I don't think that the market is reacting negatively to positive earnings. I think that the market was over expecting. It was expecting something huge from Nvidia. Did you see how the market reacted to, or how good were AMD's earnings? There it is, AMD's earnings. And what happened after them? We basically went from 340 to 460, 30%. How did the market react to INTC's earning? Or what happened there? We went from 65 gapping up to 81, running all the way to 130. That's 100% run. And then there is Nvidia, and Nvidia is supposed to be like the AI itself. And then you get the earnings, and it was good. It was just good. It was good. That's basically it. So it literally did nothing. People were expecting more from Nvidia, more than AMD, more than INTC, more than all the huge earnings that we had previously. And good was disappointing because it wasn't too good. The other thing is that the market is already oversold. Remember this. And because the market is oversold, sorry, overbought. The market is already overbought. And because the market is overbought, you need to put that also, you need to price that inside the earnings. So NVDA before the earnings ran from 181 all the way to 230. That's not a little bit, right? That's around 25%. So the good news that happened around here are already priced in by this move. Do you think Nvidia has a chance to reverse today? Yes, I think there is a chance for Nvidia to reverse today, and I think that this would not be a bad first attempt for a reversal. This around here is a good first attempt. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but this is literally a decent first attempt for a reversal. Targeting view up. And if it sells up more, then we can wait for a second level for a reversal. But this here is not bad. I don't see any trades anymore. We're stuck in the matrix. Yeah, Frank. So far there is nothing much setting up. I totally agree with you. But we'll see. I like Nvidia though. I'm slightly. Let's see. Should we trade Nvidia, guys? What do we have on Nvidia? On Nvidia, we have a huge negative order on Atlas at 218, 69,000 shares. Let's wait for the market to grab these 69,000 shares or 68,000 shares before we start looking for a reversals. I'm not gonna rush it. I'll wait for these shares to be grabbed first. Let's take a look at Tesla and Apple, guys. Yep, I like that. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla was, by the way, another stock that I wanted to trade, but it was too much. Someone on the Discord server mentioned it. Oh, by the way, guys, this was the only call out that I've made today. So Nvidia was literally the only one that I had today in my watch list. And the main reason is that it had good earnings, it did not make a huge gap, and it was sitting at the low of the 60-minute range. And it made a massive and obvious breakout play. And those who read my book or watched my course would know how to time this entry. And you can see that 8 hours on NVDA. Harvey traded SNTK, but actually, let me go to the trade logs just to show you the trades that actually happened around here. So there we go around here. Actually, lots of people got some amazing trades around here. Love that. So yeah, this was basically my NVDA trade. Val did really well on the market on RGTI. SNDK for Harvey. I don't know what this is. NVDA for DEX, which is also a good one. So yeah, actually, lots of people ended up catching it for really good hours. And if you guys did not read my book, make sure to give it a go. You're not going to regret it. I explain how to utilize fake breakouts for timing the entry in this book. And yeah, 99. Yeah, basically the price did not change. That's good. So basically I explain how to find these stocks, how to read price action, how to combine multiple timeframes, and then time the entry using the 1 minute chart. So if you still did not read this book, give it a go. Trust me, you are not going to regret it. Now, let's take a look at what you guys want me to analyze. Could you look at Apple? Yeah, let's take a look at Apple. Agatha, how are you doing? Did you do well? Apple has an amazing daily chart, an amazing 60-minute chart, really good ATR, and a good pattern. I think Apple could continue ripping higher. Unfortunately, it's a bit too late to jump in around here, but you called it a few minutes earlier, Agatha. Sorry, I just took I opened it so late. I can see a big order at 304, and probably this thing is hitting the $304 area. Sick visuals, not yet. No audiobook yet, but hopefully it's coming soon. I'll let you know once the audiobook is there. So A-Lab, saying, let's see. So let me just link my montage to all the charts. I don't like this one, doesn't look liquid. The candlesticks are gappy. It is actually liquid, 10,000 shares on average per minute, but it's gappy and spread deep, so not sure I would be enjoying this thing. Yeah, I think we're going to catch a reversal on NVDA. Let's give it some time. NVDA. Sorry, oh my God, NVDA. I am so tempted to jump in around here, but I do not like the order at 218 down there. Pattern-wise, this looks good. Yeah, pattern-wise, it looks really good. But this order down here looks like it wants to get filled. So the pattern is there, but the level 2 is not supportive. Probably going to wait. Will your book show in Audible? Not within this month for sure. I have plans of getting the book, the audiobook, but I don't think it's going to happen within the next month. RKLB. This thing is ugly. It's choppy, stuck in a range. Let's stay away from it for now. Let's take a look at INTC, guys. Same thing about INTC, just stuck in a range. You want to avoid this type of price action. When you see a high, low, and the price action currently in the middle, that's where you want to stay away from it. There will be something. I'm sure of that. Not NVDA. What's happening to it? Oh yeah, nothing yet. So I have 18,000 shares at 220. Yeah, this thing for now, it's more bearish than bullish. Let's take a look at INTC. One of you wanted me to check INTC. Yes, I'll take a look at the ASTS, Hassan. Just in just a second. INTC is really bullish on the level 2. Yeah, INTC on Atlas looks really bullish. But this is a big move already on the 15-minute chart. So let's stay away from it as well. Same thing on ASTS. This is a place where you want to lock in profits. It's not a place where you want to jump into the trade, right? It's a place where you want to start taking profits or look for a reversal, but I don't see it a reversal happening anytime soon on this thing. So, okay, just curious. Who here traded Nvidia at the open? It doesn't really matter, win or loss. Just type +1. Those who traded QBTS or any of the quantum stock, type 2. Just curious to see what you guys did today. Because quantum and QBTS were probably the two main things to watch today. I made you 6,000. I'm glad about that. Thank you, Big Joe. It doesn't matter. Live trade, paper trade. Just curious to see what you guys did. 1 or 2. 1 for those who traded NVDA, 2 for those who traded quantum. It seems like an active morning. Good job, guys. Pimparas literally did everything. Did you have a good day, Pimparas? Ben Colts, I hope you made twice the amount of money and not lost it. Yeah, the trade that we expected to be so clean and to make the biggest move today, they ended up doing nothing, right? Which is NVDA. Seems like quantum did everything today. So NVIDIA is still going sideways, still nothing on it. I think we might end up trading NVIDIA. Let's see how it behaves around 218. You know, the downside, Atlas is a two-edged sword. Sometimes it helps you catch a trade, sometimes it helps you ruin a trade. This is one of the moments where I see the pattern and I know that if Atlas wasn't showing me this, I would have jumped into it. Because sometimes, even though there is a big order, the price is just not reaching it. The price just works out because of the pattern. So it would be painful to see that it's reversing simply because this order, and me not jumping into it simply because there is this order down here. On the other side, it's helping you. It's helping you stay away from losses and hold on to your winners more. So I'm going to give it that, and I'm going to stay away from the trade until we hit 218 if that happens. And if it reverses without me, then be it. I don't want to take 2 stabs on it. So just sitting and waiting. Apple is making new highs. Apple is solid, but it's too late to jump into it. I think we're going to trade Nvidia. Seems like it's selling off right now, which is a good sign. I want to see it going all the way to 218, below that, and recover. If that happens, we're going to pull the trigger. So maybe 5 more minutes. Is the chatroom and market also included in the funded account? No. Chatroom is bearable traders. It's separate community and it has its own subscriptions. Trading terminal is a separate subscription. It costs $99 per month. It includes Atlas, simulator, replay, scanners, journaling tool, and news. Funded account is a separate payment. Take a look at MBO. MBO slightly looks interesting. Yeah, it looks slightly interesting. Not a bad long, but it's not something that I'd be trading. I want to catch a perfect setup. I don't want to rush anything at the moment, especially after 2 good trades. Yeah, exactly, Antonio. Thank you for the reminder. So trading terminal has a lot of courses, which are free. I mean, there are the paid ones, there are the free ones. But I think for $99, you get a lot. You're getting the simulator, you are getting the replay, the scanners, the news, the educational material, like a lot. So if you're just a starting trader who wants to practice, instead of going for trading view with a separate subscription, then trade ideas for scanners with a separate subscription, some news subscription, or like glitter journaling tool with a separate subscription. You just go for trading terminal and it's an all-in-one tool. What are you waiting from Nvidia to enter the trade? I wanted to grab the order at 218, which it's going for right now. And after it grabs the order at 218, I want to see it above 218.50-ish. If we see that, we'll jump into the trade. So patiently wait for the trade to come to you. One thing that I usually keep repeating is that you cannot control what the market is going to do. You cannot predict what it's going to do with huge certainty. All you can do as a trader is react to whatever the market is doing. That's all you can do. That's why you need to develop a strategy with specific entry criteria, selection criteria, and management criteria. And you need to make sure that your criteria are working more than they're failing, or at least they're offering you a good risk to reward ratio depending on your percentage win rate, so that you can make money in the long run. You're not going to be making money every day. You're not going to be making money every single trade. But as a trader, your job is not to make money on every single position and is not to trade every single position out there. You just need to make sure that you can catch, that you can make money in the long run. That's all. And trust me when I say that losing actually makes you money in the long run. Calling it a day when the market is choppy, calling it a day when you hit your max loss, calling it a day when you give some of the profits back. These few things keep making you money in the long run slowly. Fardin, there is no price target on the funded account. You just trade for 3 months, average 2 trades a day. Double check the rules just in case. Whatever you make at the end of the 3 months, up to $10,000, you can withdraw with, I think, if you met the 40% consistency rule. That's basically it. Yes, let's take a look at IBM chart and get back to Nvidia, because I think Nvidia is slowly setting up. IBM, not tradable. This is the candlestick that you want to play. There it is. Maximum this part, up to 240. Anything after that is just randomness. It could pull back, it could continue. There is no edge here. I'd stay away from it. Kyle is covering for Paras in the chat room. We have Paras. He doesn't feel well. And Paras' spot is 11 a.m. in the chat room. So while he's off, Kyle is covering for him. Once Paras is back, Kyle will be joining me on YouTube. So let's get back to NVDA, see what's happening there. NVDA got so close to 218 and bounced. Let's still wait for it. I want to see it feeling the 218. No rush, no FOMO. Can you check if there is a possible reversal on CBRS? Yeah, let's do that. CBRS. Looks okay, yeah, not bad. Not something that I would trade, but I think looks like a good entry. You can start by targeting 286 and then 287. You are in it? Well, not bad. Let me put it on my second monitor, just curious to see what's going to happen on it. Good call out. And let's get back to NVDA here. By the way, guys, is there any echo on my sound? Okay, that's good. Thank you. Says that I can hear the echo here. The room is too big. And I was wondering if my microphone is catching it too. Tazi, I did not, but looks like something to listen to. So Nvidia is still bottoming. I don't like this. I really don't like this. I'm afraid that this thing is going to squeeze to view up before grabbing the $218 area. At the same time, I do not want to react to FOMO and pull the trigger simply because it starts looking long right now. I want the setup to be fully there. So just going to continue waiting. Bimparas, it looks like it might not even fill this $218 area. If we get the 15-minute candlestick closing bullish after 7 minutes, there is a huge probability that it's going to break the high of the range and head all the way to view up. Thank you, Sammy. Well, I'll talk to Carlos. I'll talk to Carlos today about my cursor. We'll see what we can do about it. I have no idea why it's not being shared on YouTube. I think there is one small reason for it. Maybe vMix does not catch my cursor. Because when we share the screen here on YouTube, we don't share my screen directly to YouTube. I think it goes to vMix and then from vMix to YouTube. We'll get that fixed. We'll get that fixed. So let's take a look at SNDK. Okay, this thing is slowly recovering, slowly going higher, which is not a bad thing actually. But I don't like a continuation on it. It is going to break the high of the day. This is the type of setup that you see for a break of the high of the day. But then you need to ask yourself this question. Okay, if this thing breaks the high of the day, how far can it run? Right, because breaking the high of the day is not everything. Let's take a look at Atlas on it. You seeing 216 on Nvidia? I don't know about that. Maybe. SNTK is not that liquid. I can see a few shares here and there. I'm losing 2%. Should I sell or wait? Look, my best advice for you, not for now, but for the future, always have a stop loss. Whenever you are opening a position, no matter how confident you are that the trade is going to work, you need to have a stop loss. You can always re-enter, but you cannot hold for a stop forever. You don't want to lock in your buying power, hoping that the stock is going to get back in your favor. Anyway, Nvidia is tough to tell right now, and I don't want to give any advice. If I tell you exit and then we see it running, it will be my fault because I told you to sell. I'm actually looking for a reversal on Nvidia for a long play, and it looks like it's setting up for it. Is anyone in this reversal play on NVDA? Just curious. You know, one of the things that could happen is NVIDIA could reverse, head maybe to 221 or 222, and then sell off to grab the order at 218. So seeing this $218 area down here doesn't necessarily mean that the price is going to sell off, grab the orders, and then reverse. It could actually reverse, but then sell off and grab the orders. Big order sitting down there doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to reach it. A lot of times it means that it is going to reach it, but what order is it going to do it on is the real question. What makes you consider jumping NVIDIA? I like this hourly chart. You see it? I lost my Epic pen, guys. Let me reopen it. So you can see that we have this level of support, 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 and we're sitting at it right now. We have a lot of room to 221, 222, 224. And statistically, every time we're around the low, the price bounces and goes to the upside. Every time we're around the low, the price goes to the upside. Every time we're around the low, the price goes to the upside. And that keeps happening over and over and over. So if I had to bet on a breakdown or a reversal, probably I'm going to bet on a reversal. And you have the good confirmation pattern for it on the 15-minute chart. We had a huge sell-off followed by a triple bottom. We have this 15-minute candlestick, which is the latest 15-minute candlestick, the current 15-minute candlestick closing as a green candlestick. So all of these signals around here all together telling us that NVDA is probably a good stock to watch for a long. Make sense? That's why I want to play this thing to the long side, but I want one extra confirmation before I jump into it. Antonius is in NVDL. Good job. I don't think you're in a bad spot. I think you're in a good spot. I really want to give it 2 steps, but I prefer to wait for the perfect one. What about AMD? Let's see what about AMD? Sometimes it takes me an hour. Sometimes it takes me an hour and a half during this time of the day to catch a trade. AMD is too late to play. Forget about it. Qs are flipping green. See? Yeah, I can see that. Qs are also looking solid. Actually, if the Qs flip green, NVIDIA is definitely going to follow. That's so painful. I think for those who are in NVIDIA, you are probably in the right side. I think this thing is just going to break right now. You're not going to see the volume before the reversal happens. You're going to see the volume when it's too late. This is the thing about reversals and about breakouts. I actually passed more than that. I already bought a house, a couple apartments, a car, and my account is still high, is still big. So I made decent amount of money trading. It's not Andrew's size $10 million account, but I'm more than happy with everything that I've made from trading. I'm growing my account by 10 to 15% every single month. My mentees on average also make it 7 to 15%. Not all of them, obviously. Those who made it to consistency. Tazi, I think I already hit it, but because I'm withdrawing cash, I'm leaving from my trading account. All the investments that I bought, the real estate, I also bought it from my trading account. I think I already passed it, but my trading account is not 1 million. My trading account is way less than that. But remember, it's been 10 years since I started trading. It's not 1 year, it's not 1 month. It's 10 years. With 2 years of losing money, luckily in simulator, 1 year of gaining confidence in my strategy, then 1 year of slowly increasing my risk. I think when I just started finding consistency, I was making around $200 to $300 a month net. And I was living in a hostel. I wasn't even renting an apartment. I was literally living in a hostel, guys. I managed to rent an apartment after 1 year of being consistently profitable trader. And I bought my own apartment in my first apartment in 2022, which was like 6 years after I started trading, you see? So it's not a get rich quick scheme. It takes a lot of time. Living in a hostel or dorm for 3 to 4 years, then finally renting an apartment in Russia. Then eventually buying my apartment. Right now I have a couple apartments and a house and all of that because trading. So I'm really happy that I stick to it. Probably trading is the best thing that ever happened to me. How many hours do you trade in trading days? Around 45 minutes. That's what I usually do. I was trading live yesterday with P Capital and I was talking about it to them. My trading starts approximately at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. I build my watch list for 15 minutes. Then I trade for 45 minutes. That's my most active time during the day. Then I could take one more trade. 11 a.m. I'm with you guys on YouTube. 12 p.m. I'm in the chat room. And usually I take one more trade, either within the YouTube session, either within the chat room session. So right now I'm looking at this Nvidia, but it's probably going to go to my target before giving me the setup that I want to take. And remember this, knowing where the market is headed doesn't mean that you need to be in it. You want to make sure that the trade comes to you, that all the boxes on your checklist are ticked before you pull the trigger. Thank you, Candy. I really appreciate it. How you find your style? I started trading ABCD pattern, trading Andrew's strategy, ABCD. And I was trading the ABCD pattern for 3 straight years. This was the strategy that I found consistency on. And after 3 years of consistency, I was looking for increasing my risks. And the ABCD pattern wasn't the best one because the average winner on the ABCD strategy was 2 to 1, 1.5. Hell, and it was like 1.5 hours per trade, 2 hours per trade at best. 2 hours at best after 3 years of trading. And I wanted to make more. So I started working on parabolic reversals, on pinpoints, developing a breakout strategy. And by the way, guys, I was bad at trading breakouts. I started trading breakouts successfully after maybe 7 years of trading, 6 or 7 years of trading. Breakouts was literally the last strategy that I've learned. It was ABCD pattern, followed by parabolic reversals, followed by pinpoints, followed by breakouts. Breakouts is not as easy as it seems because at the open, everything seems like it's breaking out. But which one do you need to actually keep an eye on? Which one is the best breakout strategy for today? And it takes a lot of screen time, getting used to different stocks and understanding what exactly you want to trade today. Well, Tazi, I hope so. We'll see. Thank you, Agatha. I really appreciate it. Are you also paying taxes to US too? No. I don't know if they take something automatically or not after I pay my government. But no. Because I don't live there. What do you do after 45 minutes? What, journaling, watching for opportunities, or I take a break, Fardin. After 45 minutes of trading, I take 45 minutes break, and I come back at 11 a.m. Can you explain what a parabolic reversal is? Yes, a parabolic reversal is, I wish I could share with you some examples, but I'm not in front of my trading station. A parabolic reversal is a reversal that happens after a huge momentum drive. Usually at the open, if you have some sort of consolidation area and the price breaks it and keeps going straight up, that's what I call a parabolic move. Normally, and I call it the rubber band effect. If you pull the rubber and then you release it, it snaps back, right? So if I see that the stock gets overstretched to the upside, I usually look for the snapback. I look for the pullback to the opposite direction. So I'm looking for a tight stop loss entry on a new 1 minute low, targeting the 9 moving average on the 5 minute chart. That's basically what a parabolic reversal strategy is. I want to see if one of the members took a reversal trade. And I'll show you if I can see any. There it is, guys. So this here is what we call a parabolic reversal strategy. You look for an opening momentum, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, something that goes straight up. And whatever goes straight up will end up going straight down, right? The faster the move to the upside, the faster the move is to the downside. So what do? You try to time your entry on the 1 minute chart, and there are rules. You don't just simply buy it on every new single 1 minute low. So you buy it on a new 1 minute low, and because you bought it on a new 1 minute low, your stop loss is really tight. It's just based on the 1 minute chart, and your target is the 9 on the 5 or view up. And you could see that Pavel around here made 5.6 hours on SNDK. That is a parabolic reversal. Ebs, I don't think one stock is enough. I think as a beginner, you might want to watch at least 2 stocks, maximum 3 stocks, but one is not enough. Fardin, I don't have a fancy story where I blew up my account and learned a lesson from it. I've never blown up my account trading. Since day 1 trading live, I was using Dash Trader. Dash Trader has an option, a max loss in it, and I put that max loss there. If I hit that max loss, Dash Trader closes all my open positions and locks me from trading for the day. So literally not a single day where I had a big loss or blew up day. And this is one of the reasons why I love Dash Trader. And for whoever who is using Dash Trader, I really suggest you implement this function. If you are avoiding it, then probably deep inside you, you are not willing to accept a loss on a red day. What would you do differently today to speed up succeeding at trading? Probably I would go for more education. Learn from someone who knows what they are doing. Because for me, I was developing the ABCD strategy and different variations for it for like 3 years. It was 3 years for me, trying to work on entries, on exits, on stop losses, partials, figuring out when it works, when it fails, what I did right, what I did wrong. And after 3 years of trading, after I found consistency, I was like, no, it's really difficult to do on my own. I need to learn faster. So I literally joined every single trading community you know out there. I mean, every single famous trading community. Because I wanted to just to learn from someone who tells me, look, this is right, this is wrong. All you need to do is practice. Just get the screen time. So that's the thing that I probably would have done differently. Other than that, I don't think there are any other shortcuts or anything else that I could have done differently. But I know that not everyone can afford a mentor, a trading community, a course, or anything like that. Because when I just started trading, I also would not have been able to afford all the trading communities that I could afford after 3 or 4 years of trading. So if you're wondering whether you can do it on your own or not, the answer is yes. Any single one of you here can find consistency trading on their own. Literally nothing preventing you from that. It's just going to take a little bit longer. And if you do not give yourself any time limits, any unrealistic expectations, then you're on the good track. If you quit your job simply to give yourself maybe a year or 2 years time frame to find consistency, then you're going to be disappointed because that's an extra pressure. I know some traders who made it to consistency within 3 months. And yes, you heard me right, 3 months. And there are traders who made it to consistency 5 or 6 years. It's really individual. If someone made it in 3 months, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to make it in 3 months. And if someone made it in 5 years, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to take you 5 years. All you have to do is just to focus on the process, learn, and give it literally the time it needs. Do it as a hobby. Literally just do it as a hobby. When I started trading, I was also a medical student. So I gave myself 6 years to find consistency. My goal was this. After 6 years of university, if I don't make it as a trader, I'll just work as a doctor. That was my goal. All right, guys. So it's 12 p.m. Thank you for your questions. Sleepy, Rainbow, and everyone else whose questions weren't answered. Remind me tomorrow and I'll get back to these in detail. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, ayman@bearbletraders.com. If you want to decrease your learning curve and just literally learn from everything that I have explained, like decrease your learning curve by 10 years, go for my book on Amazon. It has all the knowledge, most of the knowledge that I shared. Anyway, guys, trade smart, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.